Hello and welcome to the D20 Multiverse. You're here experiencing Black Winter Nights, one of the games that we live stream from Wellington, New Zealand, from myself, Oliver Dungeon Master, and my lovely players, the Black Winter Nights. We bid you good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever it may be in your part of the world. We'd first like to, of course, give a shout out to our new followers. Thank you. We hit 140 today on the YouTube subs. On, yeah, I know, it's going well. It's going well. We had our most watch day ever for a ridiculous day and a half worth of people watching in a single day, which breaks my brain because linear time. But we also had
well, let's not get into that discussion again.
Yeah, we had a whole conversation about linear time earlier today. Shout out to our new Twitch followers, Captain Catlock, who is actually a guy that speaks only in caps. We had a conversation with him. He's actually in the military, stationed over in America. He was watching at 2 in the morning at his time the other day. Big shout out to you, you're awesome. Killer Snake 18. Please don't kill a snake. They're quite lovely creatures. But if you're really hungry, just you can get diced tomatoes for $1.30. Go and raid the zoo. And Crazy Death with
wait, you just said don't kill snakes. Go raid a zoo.
I don't know.
There's other things than snakes in the zoo that you can do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
go for a chimpanzee or something.
No, it's much easier than snakes actually.
Yeah. If Adam and Eve taught us anything, it's that snakes are. Anyway, we'd also like to give a shout out to Crazy Death, who has X's either side of his name, like the old MSN Messenger days. Thanks for letting us relive our past there. And we also had another subscriber whose name we're not going to read out because it was racist. But thank you guys so much for supporting the D20 Multiverse. Now you may, some of you more astute among you, Leonard for example, may have noticed that we have...
Hey Leonard!
Hey Leonard! Hey Leonard! Good to have you there.
He is in chat.
Okay, cool. Of course. We didn't actually get told that, but we just assumed because we love you. Some of the more astute, aka Leonard, might have noticed that we have 2 new players tonight. That is correct, because we have a couple of players sadly leaving.
Not yet.
Not yet, but because they have lives and stuff where other thing goes on, other than D&D, which I completely disapprove of, by the way. We've got Zachary over here.
Hey.
And Thomas over here.
Hey.
So we welcome them to the D20 Multiverse, and they're going to be excellent additions to the team, I guarantee that. So, if we have no objections, let's get down to tonight's episode of Black Winter Nights. And yes, I did steal that from Matt Mercer. So, as the party found themselves last time at Black Winter Castle, being summoned after the death of King Thromin Ashback, Dwarven King, and long-standing ally of the party. They made their way through the city gates and found a line of processioners and people offering gifts of gold and myrrh and frankincense and Pokemon bath toys and other such things. They had, through the use of some of the lovely people that were playing from Eyes of Elisia, scouted through the inside of the castle and in fact found Thromin's body and found what they had suspected, that he had been bitten by one of the vampires that had been unleashed from the Temple of the Screaming Scare not a few days ago by the party as they met and fought Silencia and Fangoria, the vampiric twins, in fact, the Lords of Violence. And a reawakening of those lords had taken place by Lord Nyath, the very demon force the party had nullified a few episodes previous. Whilst in the line, they discussed their plans slightly too loudly and were overheard by a number of people, including a small halfling who was behind them in line, who offered the information that in a few hours at dawn, when Naya, King Thromin's son who has returned, who the party strongly suspect to in fact be vampiric lords under the disguise of such a person, they had found out that in 2 hours at dawn, all the guards within the castle walls have been instructed to stand guard outside, while Naya calls a meeting of the adventurers and in fact put the word out to take anyone who consider themselves to be adventurers or fighters or warriors of any kind to meet within Thromin's very castle. And that is where we find ourselves tonight, at the front of the line, in front of Thromin's keep in Black Winter Castle. What are you guys doing? It's 2 hours till dawn. There's that near dusk feeling in the air. A couple of fireflies drift overhead. And the sounds of the city's quiet at this hour, but you still have quite a few people that are... Quite a few people still around, still waiting to give offers and offerings to the slain Lord King Thromin. So, what would you guys like to do?
Had we all been informed by the sneaky little one who was a guest here last time about the bite marks and such? We all are aware of that?
I do believe so, yes.
I inform you of all that.
Thank you. Do we actually want to stay in line?
Wait, I don't think there's any reason to unless you're on.
I think speaking to Argon, the former second in command of King Thromin might be a good idea or not.
I agree. Yeah.
And we know for a fact that he's in the throne room at the moment.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
just kind of sneak past him while looking at him.
Yeah.
We also had an entire keg of wine we want us to pour out on Throman's.
Pour a giant one out for the man.
yeah,
right?
for
Yeah.
Army, yeah.
Yeah.
And then maybe some form of gift would be useful. Might be a bit late to acquire one, but
No, we already have the
have
keg.
the keg of wine.
We have a keg.
Oh,
yes.
okay. Shit. It's a shame I did not know that earlier.
We're taking to hiding alcohol from you know, if you were.
Hey, you know nothing about that.
Also, you can't hide a keg.
Wow. Just dress it up as an orc and.
My bad.
There we go. That's about that.
Yeah. Okay.
So do we stay in line or?
I reckon we should.
Next! From the front of the gates.
I cough and shove Arkyan forward.
Okay.
Cool. Are we not all going in together? Hi.
Greetings.
Greetings once again. I'm Arkyan. You may have recognized me and my companions. We were very close confidants of King Thromin himself.
He stretches
Here
his
to
neck
pay our
and cranes
respects.
around the side of you. Oh yes, do believe I remember you well.
Hmm.
Here to pay respects, of course.
Yes, indeed.
Well, really only supposed to let in one at a time, but given the circumstance.
Thank you very much, good sir.
Oh, and to you, and to you. May Thromin's memory live on within us all. And he goes back to standing guard and watching.
Cool.
Inside, you find Thromin's room, the throne symbolically empty, as gifts and offerings fill almost the entire floor. You can see some people have put gold, some people have put little sigils, statues, a lot of people have put cups of ale. And you guys find your way into the Great Cavernous Halls, which kind of seem almost less vibrant without Thromin's energy spilling grog from each hand. You find 4 guards stationed at each corner of the room, all now in ceremonial black, which is essentially Thromin's colours, but darker than usual, as they all stand and kind of watch solemnly.
So really blacky black.
Blacky black, yeah. In fact, they actually have veils across their faces. I will mention that Fate is still not with you guys. She had split away early on, and is not here at this time. But you find yourself amongst a splattering of offerings for the Great Dwarven King.
Are Penelope and the sneaky one with us?
Yes, at this time, yes.
Cool.
You can hear the echoing every time you take a footstep in this grand hall. The great silks denouncing Thromin's deeds still adorn the walls. Some of you recognise that they have been slightly, if not grandly, exaggerated.
I'll bump past Arkyan's door and say,
Yeah.
careful, Oliver.
I don't know how I fucked that up.
We're gonna find Hagen, and then I'll sit down and kneel like I'm mumbling something at the altar, and then really sneakily try and sip one of the ales that's left there. Thromin wouldn't want that to go to waste.
Of course not, and please roll sleight of hand.
Okay.
Uh,
That's a natural 1.
okay.
Strong start tonight.
You kind of expect, first roll of the night, you kind of expect a couple of these guards to say, hey, or at the very least, be respectful. But instead, all 4 of them chorus in laughter, as none of them could think of a more fitting tribute to the Dwarven King.
I just nod and smile back at them and step away.
Okay, Clan, you've been whispered to find Argon, Gorstag, Dain, and Shiver. You're now within the same room.
I look around at the drapes, renouncing his deeds and trying to pick up the ones that I did.
Cool. Yeah, there's pretty much all of the things that you had done, and it's strangely remarkable resemblance to stuff that actually happened, just with Thromin in place of those who actually did those deeds.
Ah, I say to myself, politics. Right.
Let's break down and wait.
Okay. The guards kind of shuffle almost uncomfortably, but bow their heads in respect. This is a good opportunity as any.
Do I see Arkon in?
Argon is, next to the throne.
Alright, I go up and I say, greetings Arkon, how are you?
Very well. And yourself?
I wish, yes, quite well, considering the circumstances, of course.
It was hard news when it came.
Very sudden news as well, from what I believe.
I had never seen Thromin invested in combat before.
From our various investigations, it seems none have ever seen Thromin invested in combat.
Well, it's no stranger to the lands that Thromin would enjoy an ale or two, but really I'd never seen him more confident than after he'd put a few away.
And you of course would have done your own investigations into his death.
As best as I could.
Did everything seem in order?
I had a few questions, but Naya was very adamant. He wanted his father's body burned. We've allowed a few days to keep him beneath his citadel, but we have to respect the word of the new king. For all intents and purposes, this is Naya's kingdom now.
And there is no suspicion among the guard as to the coincidence of the timing of Naya returning?
He kind of grabs you and pulls you just slightly to the side. I'm not sure. He doesn't seem like I remember him. He was a very happy lad. Now that I think, I'm sure I'm just being silly.
Speak, Arkyan. We know that your judgment is as good as any in the city.
You know the guards, the ones on the gates. I'm sure you've met them many times. When Naya returned, one of them expressed the fact that... Crazy talk, really, that he'd seen Naya die in the petrified forest on a hunt years. But he's just so... And he kind of trails off, and his eyes kind of get a little
Can I make an
foggy.
insight check?
Yeah, sure, what's your bonus?
+2.
Cool.
And I'm looking for... We've seen several charmed people in the past.
Yeah.
I'm comparing it to that.
So, the only time you've ever seen this kind of glazed look in the eyes is if someone's been charmed or if someone's been smoking too much Dreamleaf.
Alright.
And this is definitely the look that you see in his eyes. You can literally see, as he's trying to recall this information, there's just a fog within his mind.
I'll quit blubbering and approach
Okay.
and ask if Thorman had a will.
Ah, the orders from him. Yes. We tried to act out his will and testament. Naya was very adamant that he should oversee his father's business, and so it is.
Did this will have a public reading?
We had planned one.
Had.
Well,
Well,
Naya stepped in. He said that it would be more prudent to address Throman's matters in private. I haven't seen too much of him. He was obviously destroyed by the news of his father. Spent most of the time in his room. He would send out orders for food and such.
How much time did you actually spend with Throman himself?
Throman? Before or after?
Before.
A great many times. He would often like to whittle away the hours with drinking contests. The only problem was none in the kingdoms could contend his ability in that area.
Well, having spent a fair amount of time with him, I do not remember him actually once mentioning a son, let alone a wife.
His wife was largely to the amusement of the kingdoms, a harrowed tale of love and alimony. But his son... It changed from him when his son was slain.
How many years ago was that?
And now you see, in his head, he's got a knowledge about Naya. You can see the truth, and each time he tries to access it, you see the same dazed look in his eyes. What? Sorry, what?
So the other charmed people that we have encountered,
Yes.
what has broken that charm on them?
Axe to the head.
You hear Orthanc's words as he's still slightly drinking ale.
Oh, I'm asking you as a DM, not in game.
Ah, okay, cool.
Hey, charmed person, how do we remove the charm?
Yeah. So, some of this is the ones that you guys have come across is usually a concentration spell.
Yeah.
So you hit the person that's concentrating. They have to you know. Yeah. But this actually seems like it's a bit of a higher level enchantment than that.
Could I roll an Arcana check to see a way of removing that?
You absolutely can.
Oh, let's say an 8.
You're not too sure. Again, you haven't really seen something that can remain in someone's mind for so long. Argon eventually turns to you all and says, "Got a lot of people to see."
Is it possible to actually see Throman? We helped him regain his kingdom several times after he lost it several times.
There's nothing that I'd like to do more than facilitate such a request, but Naya's orders are very specific.
Have you yourself investigated the body, Arkyan?
I couldn't bear myself to look at it.
We asked too many questions of our dear friend. Argan, you are obviously close to Throman's heart. May we perhaps meet with you before tomorrow's large meeting of adventurers and speak with you more about this and the future of the kingdom?
Of course.
And where can we find you?
The tavern. I can think of no greater tribute to Throman's memory.
We'll see you there.
Very well.
Tell him you're a noble friend, old gas.
Thank you.
Is it possible to talk to his son?
Are you asking him or me?
I'm asking the guard.
Naya has given very little counsel. We've had followers, leaders, come to pay their respects, speak to the new king. It's probably not the best strategy, but he's very concerned about this. He is not speaking to anyone.
As staunch supporters of Throman and his kingdom, it would be good to meet our new lord.
Well,
Sooner rather than later.
it's been said the only time he will leave his chamber is for the meeting.
It doesn't. He does not have to leave his chamber. We can go there.
I'm not sure he's within the castle at this time.
Oh.
Perhaps
Look.
you could wait outside his chambers.
I want to help you. And he drops his voice. I want to help you. But I must obey the word of the king. The new king.
Can I roll perception, see if any of the other guys are listening?
And kind of starts scanning the Great Hall.
It's modified 20.
Cool. Yeah, so essentially you see the guards, most of them are hanging their head, but sound carries, and the one that's closer to the left hallway is definitely dropping eaves.
Alright, I stare him down.
Cool, intimidation.
I'm going to use Divine Sense and check if anything is dead
Oh, well.
on people.
Cool.
That is a natural one.
Wow!
So I
He
just
rolled-
wink at lose that staring contest.
He rolled a 2, so it was like,
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Wow. Amazing. I rolled a 2 and I was like, well, that succeeds. I'll go talk to Dain, and then it's like, wait, I won.
Oh, man.
You're greeted with another hard stare that comes back at you, and he does not break his eye contact. Eventually, you look away first. Divine Sense.
Shuffle like a
You both rapidly blink.
Yeah.
Alright, minus seizures at the same time.
Does anyone else appear to have that same, probably not because we haven't interrogated them as thoroughly as Argan, but that same glazed, charmed look, just glancing around the room?
Perception.
Okay.
Or insight, even.
Insight? You want to roll that?
No, that's only for if you're trying to detect if someone's lying. This is fine.
Okay. 14?
Cool. You kind of get a sense that they've been changed in some way, but that could just be the fact that their king has been killed.
Yep. Okay.
The Divine Sense.
Yeah, so the usual thing, anyone within sight, within 60 feet, I think, or 30, I will know if they are undead or fiend or celestial.
Excellent. So the two guards that are closer to the doors to this chamber are not. Argon is not, and the one on the left is not.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that everyone?
Yeah, that's everyone that you can see. And
Cool.
yeah, none of them are fiendish, undead, or anything.
Is there anyone in the room that he can't see at the moment?
Not that you can see.
It's a very difficult
He must be
question.
just standing behind a pillar or something.
Right, no.
From, like line of
No,
sight.
there's only. This is like the early hours, so essentially it's a couple of guards making sure that no one comes in and loots all the guests.
Skeleton crew.
Yeah.
But
Love that D&D
They're
humour.
not skeletons. Vampires. It's a slight difference.
Let us go. We can meet with Argan in the morning. We can discuss and remember Throman then, and I'll start answering.
Okay.
The meeting is in 2 hours.
Correct.
So we'd meet Argon now.
Oh,
in the
shit.
tavern,
In about
pretty
an
much.
hour.
2
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Argon can meet you in about an hour at the tavern,
Yeah.
once
Okay.
his shift ends. So, as you guys leave the Great Hall,
Before we go,
Yeah.
I have a dragon wormling tooth
Yeah,
that I'm going to leave as an offering at the altar.
lovely.
And as I do, I say to Argon, I hear Throman was always a big fan of fangs.
Yes.
And I leave it, and I watch his reaction to that. Like to the word fangs in specific.
Oh, right.
You show
Yeah,
your
no,
own.
he certainly does not pick up anything from that.
Cool.
Yeah.
And what's this with?
And then I walk away.
Okay. As you guys exit the Grand Hall, the guards then allow the young halfling who had confessed his father as a follower of his Palor in after you. And there's this kid who's been waiting a couple of days, just being around this kind of area, finally made his way to the line, finally made his way for his offering, is quite excited to bring a small amulet. And as you pass him, Gorstag, he kind of just nods and smiles and just says, "May the blessing of Palor be on you."
It's you, my child.
And you almost feel the lights in this area lift a little bit. You're not sure, but it feels like it's slightly lighter. Anyway, as you guys head off, I assume if you want a short rest, you can. I don't think you guys need it, though.
I want to call a little team huddle once we're out of sight of the temple.
Sure. So it's essentially the last couple of hours for people to leave offerings. So if you've ever been to the post office on like a Saturday and it's got half an hour to close and there's like hundreds of people there, that's essentially what you've got. A lot of people tapping their feet and kind of looking around and hoping they can get their offerings in before the doors are closed.
So once we're like out of sight and everyone's gathered around and out of earshot, I like to say, so we can meet Argon. Yes, but we have to do something about this charm that's over him. Meeting him in the tavern might be a good opportunity to pull him away. And I don't know, and I pull out the light hammer from my gun. Give him a gentle reminder. Or
We could get him so drunk that his brain shuts down for a second and reboots. Then my
Have you tried
I think
turning
about
it
the
on?
same effect as my hammer, but you know that.
You might enjoy that a lot more there. We have an hour to get him that drunk that he passes out.
Gorstag, do you have anything that might help?
I don't know,
Close,
I'm
sorry.
sorry. Actually, give me one moment, I'll see if I can... I would have time to change a spell, so
Yeah.
I'll go look up Dain, so...
I wonder if the guards, if they are charmed, or if they just obey his order. If he wasn't present, do you think they might react differently if something odd happened at this meeting? Chain of command not being there. And all.
There will always be some form of chain of command there. We just have to hope that the next highest up is not as onto it as Arkyan himself.
Well, we have,
Like the idea would be to remove the charm and make sure he could be there.
yeah, but if we
Otherwise-
can't,
Failing removing the charm, can we override a charm?
There are certain spells you can cast that cancel out other ones. Whether or not any of the party has them is a different matter.
So like
you
if
have
we were
access
to
to
charm
charm.
person him,
Sorry?
if we were to charm person him, would that override the charm on?
I wouldn't be able to tell you, but you could certainly try.
We could also try Zone of Truth
If nothing else.
Yeah.
Zone of
Um,
truth.
We could just cast like every mind altering effect on him.
yeah, get him
That would
really
get
drunk and
quite
then one
the
out
trip.
and his brain shuts down, right? But with magic.
No, but then we cast friends on him and charm person and all the other stuff. Surely one of them, or all the magic would start interfering with each other somehow.
Yeah, let's not start torturing this man just yet.
Just the mental shock.
I've got Calm Emotions, which can suppress any effect causing a target to be charmed.
Cool.
So that would,
Now we're
that
talking.
would work, right?
Yeah,
I will take some moments in prayer to
Cool.
readjust my spell list.
Roll some religion just for effect.
Alright.
I want to take some time and...
That is a 11.
Cool. Yeah, you feel a warm light on you as you say your prayers.
Praise Palo.
Good boy.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
So,
We shall head towards the tavern, I guess.
Axe.
the tavern itself you hear from quite a way away,
What's your mace?
as the celebrations of Throman
That's
have
what
been going fast and strong, pretty much since the news broke. As you enter, you hear dwarven song, the light hearth lit in the corner, as the warm wood and the atmosphere around you is quite bright and powerful. As the air is lilted with dwarven song, mostly singing the boasts of dragon slayers back in the Age of Dragons and such. Songs have been passed down from tribe to tribe and whatnot. The barmaid is just pouring drinks left, right and centre, no charge, obviously, in memory of song.
Is this the same bar we were in before?
Yeah.
Excellent. I'll just stand up with the other performers and...
He's back! He's back! Play us a song!
Hey! 2 ales first!
Of course! Get this man 4 ales! We want 2 songs.
Alright.
Roll performance.
I just like double fist as well. Not a phrase to be commonly used. Double fist.
I'll just double fist those.
Ooh, that's an 8.
8. So you're kind of like not really on top of your game at this point, and kind of miss a few notes.
I just get a bit quieter so the
chords.
other backup performers can,
And they, with a 3,
Absolutely nailed.
you're all off key. None of you are at a time.
Everyone's too wasted to notice that.
But
right?
no one
right.
fucking notices at all. The place goes absolutely mental. And eventually, after like a while, Arkyan comes in.
In the silence just after, while everyone's still watching the crowd, I Druid craft some cricket noises.
The barman chuckles to himself. After a time, Arkyan comes in and kind of ushers you to one of the back tables.
So good.
He sits down with you all. So, to Throman.
To Naya.
Slams it down. Fine ale, yeah, fine ale. Can't beat dwarven ale. The elves, I'll admit, make a fine wine. They never really got the subtleties of ale. It's all about the backward notes, you know.
Who is this?
Speaking of backward notes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You wish to talk?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, perhaps a quieter setting would be more appropriate. Are there any rooms available in the
He immediately thinks you're trying to pick him up, but he's totally into it.
All 5 or 6 of us really were trying to
Or more
pick it up.
seduction?
There's a reason we're Throman's favourite.
Favorite here right now.
The sexy eyes. Yeah, he actually does have a permanent room as Throman's man. So yeah, he takes you upstairs to a quieter setting. You can still hear the dwarven song downstairs. There's clinking of glasses and ales and chicken and lamb trying to be carried out as fast as people can order it. And he leads you to a small quiet room right at the end, right in the middle, and he locks the door behind you. So, this is a strange setting. What did you need to talk to me about?
I'll cough and kick Gorstag in the face.
Begin with a prayer.
I'll begin with a prayer, and I will cast the spell Calm Emotions.
Okay.
I'll start muttering over it so it's hard to
I'm not
tell.
sure how you'd want to play this because it's according to the spell description. It's a charisma saving roll, but they can choose to fail it if they want to. So if he's aware he's being charmed,
Okay. He's unaware, so
Okay.
he will. Nope. With a 3.
yeah. that's difficult.
Gorstag, fakes saying a prayer, but instead mumbles some incantations for calm emotion. And Arkyan kind of looks, and as he thinks you're saying a prayer, he kind of lowers his head. And then as the words kind of echo, you just see his form kind of like butter in the sun just kind of soften. He takes a big breath. And then you just hear the windows booting noise as his mind... he throws up.
I hand him the cup of ale I brought up from downstairs.
What the hell was that?
Feeling a bit better, are we?
Shit! Vampire. And he falls unconscious. You kind of like prop him back up. The hell was that? Hell happened?
You've been under a charm. We've managed to suppress it, but only for a short time. So, what do you know about what's really going on?
Naya. The way he speaks, the words, they cloud everything else. He tells you to do something and you do it. Throman's gone.
How long does your spell last?
A minute.
What is Naya planning with the adventurers meeting?
I honestly don't know. It's the only time he said he'll come out of his chambers.
Can you call off the guards?
Which ones?
All of the ones that will be attending the meeting.
He'll be back under a charm in less than a minute. Shit. I give him a quill and a paper, and I write a message to yourself for when you're back under the charm.
Sure. I saw that episode of Doctor Who. Yes, he goes. He puts it, in his where his like weapons and stuff are, so he knows.
How
he'll
about
check it.
you give that to us, and we will give it to you at a more opportune
His
time.
hand is just shaking as he hands it over. I don't want to go. I don't want to go back. Don't put me back under the.
Quick, everyone get naked so he doesn't know what's going on.
And then he just. Sorry. might have to prepare for the meeting tomorrow. Naya wants all of us outstanding guarding in case of trouble with the adventurers.
You sure you're going to be safe for that? You have had a fair amount of ale just there.
Kind of stays a little bit. Nothing I'm not used to in the Throman's role.
Just take a seat, take your time, and come when you're ready. And I'll heavily hint to the others that we take the door out.
Yep.
If everyone does so, once we go out, you know, we've got like a stick when we jam the lock.
I think now that we can show him that he's under a charm, maybe having him there would be perfect.
You
What's
think that will
the
actually...
door made out of?
Wood.
Wood?
Yeah.
Okay. I can Druid craft it. Make it stick solid.
He goes to finish the ale that he's been handed, and he's just now sitting on the bed finishing his ale.
Oh, it's a big gamble.
I know, like...
He's just going to get out. He's just going to call out.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we actually benefit anything by having him
Also, it's kind of
stuck there.
probably illegal and will get us on the wrong side of the law.
You guys are saying this in the room, and he's kind of
Oh no,
watching.
we've all walked out.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I was gonna say.
we're saying it right outside his door.
With the door closed.
Yeah.
In hushed tones.
Really loudly. Alright, I'll trust in you on this one.
Should we go to the meeting then?
Alright.
Cool. Another hour rises and falls as you make your way back to Throman's Keep. You now find a throng of 50 to 60 people. You notice some Goliaths, halflings, elves, half-elves, even a kinku.
That's how you spell it.
What's a kingu?
Bird people.
Bird people.
Yeah. Essentially a very large bird with kind of humanoid eyes.
Cool.
It's like a
Person.
humanist. However, the place outside, the kind of area outside the castle is now abuzz with conversation as these grand adventures. You can see weapons like fine crafted armors and such, shalais and scimitars, and all these people are kind of recounting stories. You can see one group of these guys are all in white, just beautiful white robes and white armors. You've got a whole bunch of, a couple of Goliaths and very large humans, very muscular, wearing not much armor, battle scars, big weapons and stuff. You've got a couple of almost cultish looking people who are kind of in hoods, just kind of hovering, but a grand meeting of adventurers. And as the chimes hit for the signalling of dawn, the gates to Throman's Keep open and guards file out in two lines and start positioning themselves around the outsides, and you're ushered inside as there's this hurried hush of pretty much everyone trying to be the first through the gates. There's large people trying to push, and you just see people kind of slow them down with a little bit of arcana and slip past them. You got a couple of roguish characters who are just watching from the back. Eventually you all get ushered in, about 60 of you, into this small room, all kind of huddled together. You see, in fact, a kinku and a human hanging out within the crowd. You don't give them too much mind. But you don't have time to think as out steps Naya, and immediately you're struck with a resemblance to Throman. You can see his eyes, you can see a younger, darker-haired Throman standing before all of you.
Can you sense? I whispered to...
Yeah.
Am I close to him?
Not really. He's standing in front of Throman's throne, maybe 30, 40 feet.
So if I push the front of the crowd, can I be within 60 feet?
Yes.
I'll do that.
Cool, roll strength.
Oh,
I would love to roll strength.
I want to follow him in the wake that he leaves behind us.
Nice.
How is it 25?
That's pretty good. As Dain kind of, and like people are, like pushing against you, like, no, you're not gonna get through me. And you're like, excuse me, I will get past you. But before you can say much else, welcome, adventurers.
While he's doing this, I want to go through the crowd.
Yeah.
And I'm going to subtly tap him back saying he's a vampire.
Nice.
He's a vampire.
Hey guys, has anyone else heard this guy's a vampire?
Yes,
So,
I can sign as well.
as you guys notice, Shiver just kind of whispering to people. You see them look at you. 90% of the reactions you get are confusion. 10% of the reactions you get are reach for weapons, hand on hilt. Welcome, adventurers. You have all been summoned here in the face of what could be the greatest threat to Ukast that we have ever known. Towards the east has been great unrest. Creatures of great and terrible power. I, King Naya, am organizing a full-on assault on the torment occurring there. Thus, I have brought together the great warriors of Elisia, the White Riders, the Clan of the Unshaven, the Moon Devils, and many more who have proved their worth. Especially you, the Black Winter Knights. Gorstag, Cleric, follower of Pelor, strong of heart, brave, unfaltering, Shiver, Gnome Druid. And at this point you can hear titters and mutters from the crowd. Resourceful, clever, pure, Dain, the Paladin of great descent, powerful in the face of evil, Orthanc, pirate captain, a leader, devastating in battle.
As he's doing this,
Yeah.
I duck down and try and like stealth into the crowd a bit.
Arkyan, Sorcerer, with an eye forged of the great three necromancers. You should all have put your faith in a less devious friend. The Horned One. Ah yes, she's told me all about you. For only 100 platinum. Silly, the value you place in coin. Well, at least rest assured, that'll be the last mistake you ever make. Everyone make a dex save, please.
Well, it's
What
not
am I
one.
thinking? 14.
I did not make the save.
15.
15.
17.
Okay.
High five.
DC 15.
Are these guys making it as well?
Yes.
Or is it like, oh, okay.
Oh boy.
So the whole crowd is dodging.
Yeah, everyone's.
As the Naya points his hand, last mistake you'll ever make. There's a small blip of light in the middle of this crowd and it erupts in a ball of fire. Give me one sec.
Not to turn into me.
Cabbage.
Put your stump up if you can.
30 points of fire damage for those who did not make the save. 15 points of fire damage. DC 15.
DC for. Oh, thank God. Alright. Is it half damaged?
Half damage
Yeah.
if you made the save.
Yeah.
This great ball of fire erupts through the room. The heat rises intensely, very quickly. In a flash, you guys are met with an incredible fire. Is anyone unconscious?
No, only because I've got fire resistance.
Cool.
Hey.
Oh, that's a good point. Forgot about that.
No, I'm not a
Sort of
teacher.
abrasive, right?
You guys might still be standing. A lot of the crowd has just fallen. Some of the other adventurers who remain, a couple of clerics, are going like hand to hand, they're trying to revive some of these people. Standing next to you, the only ones that are up are the Kinku and this human here. At this point, Naya just turns his head back.
I start pointing with the finger pointed towards, stepping towards him and just
Yep.
shout, VAMPIRE!
And the rest, weapons come out of those that you had whispered to, and all the adventurers in one step take a step forward, 4 guards step from each side. They all take off their hoods, deep fangs, and Naya just says, let's play. Everyone's roll initiative. While you guys do that, I'm running off to pee, and then I'll get down. Woo!
For the viewers at home, this is a scheduled break. Very professional here at the Black Winter Nights.
Now that's what I call an initiative roll.
Did you also get
7.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm going to switch the camera on so we can all see Ollie's notes currently.
Whoa, sorry.
Oh,
We can't all be paying attention when there's a fireball.
I mean, there was a fireball.
So what? What? I barely noticed
What
that. I'm sorry.
where? I get half damage on half damage.
Hi, I'm Ollie. I make up things to make Dave look
I
good.
like going to the toilet.
Think about it though, for the viewers at home, how often on TV do you actually see someone actually needing to go to the toilet? Usually done by the by, we're just very realistic here.
I mean, Ollie doesn't prepare for this, but all the
What did he say? Newscasters have a desk so it covers the lower half.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just have a bag and a bucket.
Has face to work.
Diapers from now on, Ollie.
Ow, sorry.
Diapers from now on.
It's alright. I'm sorry. I'm so tired. I needed so much caffeine today to keep me going. Alright, let's get ready for do that stuff.
That's what the money's going towards.
Exactly. That's what, yeah. And the table fee goes towards diapers.
Buy your
Yeah.
second bladder.
So,
Just become an abomination.
okay.
Twice
Naya.
as much.
No longer human, I am undead.
Okay, and we're gonna go guard.
This is all the beers I can see.
Okay.
Oh, thanks.
Are y'all ready for this? Gorstag, give us one of the small markers, the small black ones. No, other one. Yeah, that one. Thank you. Awesome. Okay.
So, you
So,
want our miniatures over that way?
yes, please.
you one here.
I don't think I've actually had
The
one.
guy with the ale.
The big ugly one
The guy
with
with
the
the
ale,
ales
yeah.
on
Can you pick a teeny tiny one?
Yeah, there you go.
That's
Thank
the,
you.
Do you want the one with the
that's
axe?
the bird.
Or the one with the dagger?
Another one with the claws.
Ollie,
No. That's what you get for being a druid.
Okay.
Shiver.
fucking bait.
Uh,
What a bitch.
I was so looking forward to doing
Yeah.
unleashing that. Alright, so 20 to 25. No, 15 to 20.
Yes.
Yes.
18.
17.
19.
Show off. The new guy just comes in.
For the group, what is your character's name?
Kai.
Kai.
Kai Underwood.
Kai Underwood?
Yeah.
Man, such a human.
Kai Underwood.
And
My god.
Do we
Is it
have
actually Kai Underwood?
Kai? What?
I might have given
K-A-I.
you the wrong name. It might be a
Yeah,
different
You
name.
gave me the
K-
completely wrong name.
K-A-I, yeah.
Sorry.
What
my
name
bad,
did you
my bad.
get?
So we need
It
a
starts
miniature
with
for you.
X.
I chucked it on.
With this one here. This one here.
Like, you didn't even have
And
like a base name.
17
I'm
for
Zed. The
17. All right. So
Kinku.
Akaroa.
Is it
Yeah.
Akaroa?
No, it's Arakocra.
Keep me over this.
Nice fresh. Shut up, or change the overlay to dickhead, alright? I have the power because I want to play.
okay.
I'm
So
not
the
bad
dwarven
Yeah, Arakocra.
Naya stands there, and
So we're just like, we're flavouring
1,
it.
2 guards there
Kinku's
with
like
a
weird things without wings.
Yeah,
Another
exactly. Which is why,
halfling guard over here.
But I wanted wings.
These 3 have all stepped forward.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Deep lightning speed is fucking awesome.
Okay, 10 to 15.
I saw there was an
Oh,
Five to-
sorry, 11.
I saw there was an
Yep.
alternate.
5 to 10.
7.
Seven.
Who's got the higher decks?
It'll be you. I've got minus one.
Okay.
Oh! And
Actually
the
gonna
bard
need 2 pages.
Getting beaten out at decks.
Orthanc was 7,
Alright,
Gorstag was 7.
Oh, high charisma. Fair enough.
2.
2. Alright.
Solid.
Yeah, roll 3, but I'm slow.
Shit, really? It's a ability. Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, fire.
That's good.
The spellcasting was a bit weak.
What one, what did you get? You'll see. Alright.
So, in a flash of action, this small light that appears in the crowd bursts into this intense fire. As it clears, after a couple of seconds, you just see a whole bunch of burnt corpses on the ground, and a couple of them are being revived by a couple of clerics. The clerics, however, once they're done, start bolting for the door. Naya kind of just attacks them, and they fall dead to the ground. Now, as the rest of you stand back up after taking that damage, I must be missing something. Because that's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So.
And there's like 7 of us.
I'll have that teeny tiny one there.
Oh yeah, that was...
Shiver.
Pick out the dwarf with the axe.
And
And dwarf with the axe.
Excellent. Thank
You
you
got
guys
it.
very much. So you guys all kind of just somewhat weakened by this attack. Stand.
Half my health.
Weapons, yeah. Weapons come out.
Where's my
First in the initiative order. Quickest amongst the group. Most infuriated. Moving fast. Kai, you're up. What would you like to do?
I'll start off by casting detect magic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, cool. What's the range on that? Which miniature are you?
I'm the rogue,
This one here.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
and I think it's 60 feet.
Sweet, okay, fine.
Just pulling it up, sorry.
Yeah, that will make it if it's 60. So, detect magic. Any magical item starts to glow?
Okay.
Is that
Yeah.
how it goes?
Oh no, it's just, yeah.
Cool.
See if he has anything on him. I need to be careful of.
You gotta
prepare for looting right from the
What's the fucking fate? She at least wait till people are dead and do it with dignity.
They are dead.
5 experience points for you, sir. Okay,
Oh,
so
you mean the boss.
they're actually not carrying too much. In fact, none of them, as far as I know, none of them are actually carrying any weapons. Instead, they've just got teeth and claws.
You see Goliath, not Warforged, right?
Right.
Oh my robot armor.
Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
No.
So, you guys see this guy just step up immediately from the burst of flame. He just kind of focuses his eyes, and there's a slight glow to his hands as he reaches across the room. You do notice that back here, which is a secret room that someone had built into the castle, there are a couple of magical items back there.
Okay.
But these guys are not carrying any magical weapons. Cool. At the next, after that, immediately, Gnome, Druid, sees a slight break as everyone just kind of waits, unsure of what to do. You just charge forward. What would you like to do?
Running forward,
Yep.
full 25 feet forward, I'm casting a flaming spear right next to Naya.
Okay,
Not flaming
nice.
spear, flaming sphere.
Yep.
Get it right.
Alright.
So 5 foot diameter sphere, blah 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 blah. Everyone who's within 5 feet of it takes a dex saving throw.
Right. So, immediately this little gnome druid just gets to about there. To there. The whole room is like, fuck. No, honestly, you just move with great speed and immediately 2 hands of fire. So, dex save it was. That's a natural 18 plus 4, that's 22.
Probably gonna do it.
Probably.
So that will be save. So Naya takes. Ooh, nice. 5 points of fire damage from that.
Okay. So excited. Alright. Awesome. Fire met with fire. As the smoke clears, Shiver just steps forward and an emanation of fire around this area as Naya is lost in the haze of flame. And as it clears, he just... Nice try. Next, is that all you're doing with your turn?
And last thing, of course, is fucking bear form.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Alright.
We got a druid.
Yeah, we do.
Can't have a druid without bear form.
That bear form.
So, immediately after the spear of fire, the gnome just kind of into bear form. Badass, my friend Zed.
All
You
right.
are up. Which one are you? This one?
Yep.
Cool.
Vampires are undead, right?
Correct.
Cool. I get advantage on intelligence checks for info.
Very nice.
Religion, right?
Mhm.
Ooh, that's 13. 16.
Cool.
For info.
So, what info are you looking for?
Pretty much like weaknesses.
Cool. Alright, so immediately after the smoke clears and these 2 attacks have gone, you kind of just zen mind. These guys will take a shitload of bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage, necrotic damage. They can just brush off, not taking too much there. Weaknesses, immediately you get the sense of hypersensitivity to light.
Alright.
Yeah. Cool. Is that all you're doing with your turn?
That's an action, I assume, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to sort of just flap my wings and get up some air.
Cool. Alright. The Kenku, kicks up a storm of air, essentially. You're not actually able to fly, are you?
Yeah.
You are? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I've got 55 feet.
Ah, right. Okay.
Not as
Wait a
Kenku.
minute. So, Kenku takes off.
As an Aarakocra who is flavoured as a Kenku.
Yeah. Aarakocra was too hard to say, so
Yeah.
I just decided.
Oh, so you basically just
Oh, that makes a whole lot more sense.
Yeah. So, takes off up in the air now. You see this new figure hovering above you guys. Is that what you're doing?
Yep.
Right, so this guard here.
I'm the dude in the skulls.
Oh,
That one.
Yeah.
Ah,
But,
right.
yeah.
Not bad.
Oh, good.
Cool. You're now flying up in the air. This guard, what's his movement? 30 seconds. Runs here, does nothing else. Other guy does the same. Oh, actually, he's within range. 5, 10, 15, 20. Shiver! Alright, this guard now has hood down. See, long teeth protruding. As he runs up, he is going to try and grapple you. Roll to hit. 7, multi-attack. Nat 20. But he's not trying to do damage, he's trying to grapple, so the escape DC is 13.
Escape
Some
DC is
strength.
13. On what? On strength. Ah, but I'm a bear. There we go, that's more like it. Alright, so that's a 14.
So, ooh, just makes it. As this guy just comes up to you and his hands just in a flurry of action trying to restrain you, you just, as he grabs hold, just bat him away with your bear-like form. Kind of just look up at him like, fucking bring it, bitch. After that, Arkyan, you are up.
Okay, so I'll use my staff.
Mhm.
Cast fog cloud.
Okay.
Around. Or wait, I'll move close to Naya
Is that you?
No, that's me.
No, I'm the lady.
Yep.
Yep.
What's your speed?
30.
There.
Can I get me and him in a fog cloud? Oh,
What's
30
the-
feet?
30 feet. Yep, you can. Yep.
Cool. Fog cloud.
Cool.
And then burn 2 sorcery points
Oh.
to quicken an alter self.
So this is now all fog. Yep.
And I'll turn myself into the vampire we crushed with the rock in the tunnel.
Fangoria.
Yes.
Nicely done.
Very master.
Awesome.
From what I believe.
Oh.
Correct.
Yeah.
So Arkyan, essentially you see him run forward, and as he does this eruption of smoke just creates a fog cloud. He ducks into it, and you see like the smoke kind of follow him in a trail like, as he disappears into this cloud. Whilst you're within there, you just kind of focus on Fangoria, and as you look down, hey, that's quite nice. Fuck yeah. That will be your next 3 turns, just doing that.
Alright. Now I will immediately break my concentration on fog.
Yep.
You
Yep.
can see me.
Okay.
And the last thing he said was, "Nice try."
Correct.
So I'll say, "Nice try indeed."
Deception with advantage. Oof.
So that is a modified 24.
Cool. This is a 3. I do believe that that
Oh
works.
boy.
Okay. So, is that your turn?
Yes, it is.
This guy here runs forward. Who is this one?
Me.
Congratulations, you've just been the target of a vampire.
Excellent.
Alright, so, again, this guy is, he's just going to try and do some damage, so he's going to multi-attack. That is a 1 and a 5. So, from behind you just hear the scuttling as this hooded figure comes from behind you. As you just kind of swing lazily with your shield, kind of just bat him out of the way as he goes. Last thing you see is this thing get knocked out of the side. Awesome. Okay, Orthanc, you are up.
Cool. How roughed up does Gorstag look after that initial fireball?
I mean, I'm still on my feet, but I look like I'm probably not there for long.
Okay, I'm gonna say, have any of you boys actually ever been in a fucking fight? I'm gonna run over and put a health potion down his throat.
Cool.
Thank
Alright, so
And then
it's
using-
an action to feed someone a potion.
Cool.
Bonus action to drink one yourself.
This is a greater healing potion, so you'll heal 44 plus 4, so I'll just...
Nice.
44 plus 4.
Yeah.
Just the 44 is well over my total hit points, so don't roll wrong.
Well, you know, that's
44.
8.
Oh, sorry,
It's only
44.
16.
I thought you
Not
said 40. I
44.
thought you said 44.
No,
Like,
40.
no.
16. No, that's correct. Thank you very
44
much.
plus 4.
I am looking for
Yeah.
healthy is, I don't know, something that's very healthy.
Healthy as fuck, boy.
Yeah.
And then I'll use my bonus action to inspire said Gorstag as I'm spoon feeding him, and then give him a little slap on the back. Oh, and I'll move right up to the 9.
You can't get there with your movement. What's your movement?
30?
5, 10.
I can't actually see quite.
25.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
You use 5 to go back, so you can get to there.
Cool.
Cool. Alright, so Gorstag, you feel this warm liquid pour down your throat, and as you do, your wounds just seal, and you kind of just... Alright, round 2.
Are any of the other vampires than the one who just attacked me within 30 feet of me?
This one is.
That one is.
Mhm. Yeah, and it's your action.
No, not yet. I think I am going to use that fire gauntlet thing that I picked up
Ooh,
last
nice.
time, and I will attack the one that attacked me.
Okay, alright. Immediately you just spin around.
Modified 21.
That hits for damage. Cool.
11 points of fire damage.
Cool. So immediately as you turn around as this guy tries to grab him, poof, bat him out of the way, and then while
Sorry,
he's...
13 points of fire damage.
13. Cool. Immediately as you turn around, poof, bat this guy out of the way lazily. Goes to bite, and you just kind of like poof, put up a hand, kind of nonchalantly, and he's erupted in fire. He gets pushed
Stick
back.
to the hand.
Yeah. Scatters to the ground, and immediately as he hits the ground, he actually falls prone. And as he does, you just see his form shimmer and smoke, and he's standing back up, kind of looks at you and just goes. Is that all you'd like to do with your turn?
Yep. That.
Dain, you're up.
Alright, I will approach the big bad vampire.
This one?
Naya.
Naya, yep. What's your movement?
Only 25, and I'll approach 25, and who is within 30 feet? Who is a vampire?
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20. That guy? 5, 10. That, all 3 of them. Of these ones, this guy's not.
I will now attempt to turn the unholy, which is a DC 12 wisdom save.
Wisdom save, alright.
Solid.
Get it.
You're
So-
making a
I was
save.
going to turn undead, but I was like, not really with it for just the 2.
So that, we'll do Naya first. That's not going to make it, but he's going to burn a legendary resistance.
Someone's been watching Critical Role.
Yes, I have.
All 5 of them.
It's modified legendary resistance. All he gets is advantage. He doesn't just get to save. So was that wisdom?
Yeah, that's right.
That is 20 modified.
That's better than 12.
Cool. Now for these two, this guy. It's an 18 plus that succeeds, and an 11 does not succeed.
Brilliant. So I present my the bone gauntlet of Torm that I had forged by a monk who doesn't know how to forge things.
Yeah.
How does that look, by the way?
Pretty badass. It's like a skeletal, iron skeletal form that goes over your hand.
Yep. So he is turned for 1 minute or until he takes damage. So he's gonna gap it.
Okay. Yep. Awesome. Cool. This guy. All right. Back to the top of the initiative order. Kai, you are up.
Alright. I'm going to cast Scorching Ray.
You're this one. No, which one are you?
The rogue.
This one, yeah?
Yeah. And I'm going to target... no one's exceeding 240 feet.
Correct.
Okay. So I'm going to... Oh, wait.
240?
Yeah.
I get double distance and it's 120.
Wow.
Not messing around here. Not messing around.
Obviously.
Yeah, so I get 3 targets.
Cool.
I'll target the vampire closest to us.
This one?
Yeah. And I'll target Naya.
Mhm.
And I'll target the unturned vampire as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is my... Do I make a save?
It'll be a spell attack roll.
No, it's I just roll for attack for hit.
Okay. Roll a hit.
Yeah.
Designate who is which dice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll roll this for Naya. That's 11 plus 5.
16.
And 8 plus 5.
Cool.
And one more, right?
So 8 plus 5 does not hit.
Okay.
The 16 does hit.
Okay. And 18.
Okay. So Naya gets hit, he does not get hit, and he gets hit.
Yep.
Alright, roll damage for these two.
Yep, and they take 2d6 and ignore resistance.
Scorching Ray.
Nice.
Yep.
So these 3 beams of light
that's not
emanate
gentle.
from this humanoid standing there, and with great grace, poise, and accuracy, they split across the room and into these 3.
4, 5, and 2. Well, it's a 1, but I get 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
7.
Cool.
7. Yeah.
So 7 on 9?
Yes, and what is it? 5 on the other.
What was the name of the other vampire? No, I'm thinking.
How many on the other one, sir?
5.
Land.
Oh no, sorry. It was 5. Sorry.
5,
Yeah.
cool. So, these 3 scorching rays shatter across the room. The light illuminating the faces, and shadows kind of dance as they go. And Naya just takes it and just turns. And which one of you did that? Shiver, you are up.
Alright. So, first things first, bonus action, that flaming sphere is going to whack itself back into Naya again.
Cool.
Dex saving throw, I believe.
8. He's not going to burn one. He'll take it.
Alright. So that is a rather robust 8 fire damage on a bonus action. Now,
Okay.
8 fire.
Sorry. Hang on a sec. I just realised Naya is not written as Naya. Wrote him down as guard for some reason. Alright. Yep. How much damage, sir?
That was 8.
Cool.
Okay, and I'm gonna, ignoring the guy who's next to me because he's now a coward,
Yeah.
I'm gonna rush up to Naya,
Cool.
and I'm gonna frickin' multi-attack.
5, 10, 15. What's your speed? Because you might not be able to get there.
Oh, 40 now.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yep, you got it. Alright. Okay.
So, green is bite. So that, ooh, nice. So that is 23 on the bite, but 12 on the claws.
Bite hits, claws do not. Roll damage.
Okay, so that is...
The padding foot.
Ha! 12.
12, nice. The padding foots of this bear just across the room. Naya kind of is still like craning around looking to see who shot that scorching ray, like, And as he just turns, you're just there, and across his face. Ah, now that's no fun. Is that what you're doing with your turn?
That is my turn.
Zed, you are up.
Cool. I will, with my 50 fly speed, move forward into 30 from Naya.
Okay. I'll put you over here.
Yep. Sweet. Fair enough. And fire a crossbow bolt at his face.
Alright, well done.
I mean, that's 10. That's a fail.
Okay.
I assume so, because, like, it's 10.
Yeah, that fails. Like, across the bolt.
get-
just sails over the head of the bear whoosh, into the darkness in the form.
Get number 2 though,
Load again.
and that is actually not a 10. That would be a 12.
Does not hit. Second arrow into the darkness. Cool.
Sweet. That's me.
At this point, Naya, who's just face to face with you, after he turns and he just goes and rises off the ground a little bit. His eyes flash red. He regains bit of strength, bit of life as he lands. Let's play. And he casts a spell. I need you to make a wisdom save, please.
Oh, nice. Plus proficiency
You don't have like years of
is
wisdom, do you?
16.
Fails. Of the DC of 17. Immediately you see the bear, who's just like in an aggressive stance, immediately look up at Naya, and as you stare at the face of this dwarven descendant of Thromin, or at least the exterior, you suddenly just think, God, he looks like Thromin. Such a soft, gentle face. What a kind man he must be. What a friend. What a lovely, trusted friend that I could never possibly do harm to. Alright, that is all he is going to do. At this point, this guy here, who is unturned, is coming to who's small dwarf dude?
That's
Braeden.
great.
Braeden, alright. Multi-attack. Multi-attack. He's going to go for it. He's going to try and grapple you. Yep, okay. Make a strength save.
I'd love to. It's ranged. Box. That is an 8.
Does not succeed. So immediately he just spins round with his horrible speed. His form actually becomes shadow, and before it solidifies, he's already grabbed you. He comes in to bite. Again, I think the second time it's 11. 12.
16 plus.
Let me just double check that. Shit. Okay. You've had this happen before. You immediately know where he's going to your neck, and you just gauntlet over the top of it, and he cannot get through it. You are still restrained. Arkyan, you're up.
Okay, so still in the form of Gloria?
Pangoria.
Pangoria.
Yeah.
What was the man's name?
Silencia.
Silencia?
I knew it was
Cool.
that.
Alright. I say to Naya, well, my child, no matter how much fun it would be to watch my thralls beat yours into a pulp, it seems your mastery of them and our motion towards the running away
Yeah.
is not quite up to what we expect of you, which is exactly the reason I am here.
It's got to be 6 seconds.
I'll burn my bonus action to add another 6 seconds.
Sweet.
Now, I've been sent here to check your progress and to take over. Silencia bids you return.
How did you get here so fast? I need deception again with advantage.
Ooh, that's a 17.
Ooh, shit, that's close. No. Just doing the will of you, my great leader. Carrying out the orders.
And you have done as we have bid, and as well as we expected in your young age. However, Silencia requires you.
Cool, that's all I'm going to allow you to say. Guard over here is rushing forward. Who's this guy?
That's me.
I really should start remembering these. Cool. So, hey.
That's right, we're changing them up.
Okay, he's going to try and grapple. It's a hit. Roll straight strength.
Net 1.
Alright. This time the guy has taken a bit of damage and he's no longer playing around, and he's going to come to bite as his teeth come swinging down. That is 19.
Yep, that'll hit.
Wait, you can use Bardic Inspiration to add to your armor class. Because I'm available at
Okay, excellent. Well, is that a D4? Or
D6.
D6.
If
Excellent.
he's close, it's worth it.
Yeah, it's very close. Yeah, so that's, that'll be 23, I see. And
Victory
Thank you
snatched by the hands of Orthanc. That was slight metagaming though, but still. Alright.
Don't interject, there's no point.
Okay, alright, well that's Arkyan. Wait, no, sorry, this one over here. Orthanc, you're up.
Oh, okay. Can I ready and this might be more of a reaction, but can I like ready an action to cast Silence on Naya if he looks like he's about to cast a spell again? I'm waiting to see if this is going to work with art, basically.
So we need a trigger for the action?
Yeah,
So if
and
he goes to
casting
cast a
a
spell. Sure, you can do that. Alright.
And then as my bonus action, I will give a little inspiration to the tin can and say, go.
Nice. Orthanc, you're Gorstag, some of the words. You are up at this time.
Excellent.
Okay.
I guess I'll just attack that guy again.
Okay.
Actually, no, he's got me grappled at the moment, doesn't he?
This guy?
Yeah.
Has you grappled, yes, so you need to make a strength save to break it.
Okay. I will try that first. That is an 8, so it's probably not going to do it.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh.
And, yeah.
So is that my action, or can I...
That's your action.
Yeah.
Bonus action?
Bonus action.
Yeah.
I don't really want to go bonus action, which I'm shooting on me though. In that case, I will do nothing.
Okay. That would be Dain. You're up.
Alright.
Paladin, feeling a bit stronger after the words of Orthanc inspire you.
Yeah, I'm in the same situation, so I will
Break.
to break out.
Cool. I want to break free.
That's natural 1.
Okay. That's not a natural 1, it's a natural 15, so you are still grappled.
Brilliant. I'll learn to accept my new life.
We're top of the initiative with Kai.
You can just attack without with disadvantage.
Yeah, not while I've already used my action.
I'm watching for
you've
metagame.
already used it.
Zai, you're up. Kai, sorry.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
cast Fireball. Oh, Firebolt, sorry.
Okay.
And that's a...
The human takes a few steps forward. Seeing so far that fighting fire has done quite well, and erupts this burst of flame that scales across the room and roll the hit.
25.
That hits and
No,
catches.
that's a natural 20.
Is
Oh,
it?
it's natural 20, yeah.
So double the damage and then add the modifier.
Okay.
So you roll the dice,
roll
double
the
the
dice.
dice, and then
Yeah.
add the modifier on top.
Okay, and
Modifier
that's
does not double.
D10, yeah.
Ooh.
Actually,
Cool.
Weird looking one.
oh, sorry, this one.
One with 5 on top and 5 on bottom.
It could be...
Oh, nice!
9.
We got
Nine.
Oh, nearly.
So
What's your-
18.
What's your modifier?
Plus
You
5,
don't
I
add
think.
Plus 3 for damage.
Cool.
Yeah.
Beam of fire streaks across the room, catches a nice square in the chest, erupts around his face as he just thrown backwards. How much damage in total, sorry?
What was it?
9 doubled is 18,
Yeah.
plus 3 is 21.
I don't think you add your modifier to Firebolt.
Yeah.
You don't usually add it to any spell, unless it specifically says so.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's just a cantrip, which I probably want. So
So-
18.
It's...
Fireball, sorry.
Sorry, no. I've never played a spellcaster, so...
So 18.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay, got it.
We're here to be lawyers, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, it still
Appreciate
catches him square in the chest.
Nice hit, though.
Alright, Shiver, you're up.
Someone's gone and made it target of
Nature of the
himself.
spell that I'm now under, do I like him, or am I now charmed by him and fighting for him?
So basically, any request he makes, you consider completely reasonable.
Alright.
With
Can I attack him?
No.
Directly, or even with my flaming sphere?
No.
Okay.
Also, because of the specific spell, you don't even make a save.
Okay. So, that way, turning away from obviously my best buddy who we've just made and really clicked with,
Dear
and
friend.
seriously, God, we're going to hang out and have beer after this. Like that. Alright, I'm going to turn around and head towards the vampire who attacked me, that little bastard.
I can't remember which one it was. This one.
No, it's the other one.
Cool.
Dude who was meant to be running away. Now.
I think I
I'm
might have
just
missed
gonna
his turn
look
or
up.
something.
Flaming sphere. I can move that 30 feet. So from a square.
You can just get.
Okay,
from
so
here
I
to there.
ram that into him.
Cool.
So that's a dex saving throw.
Cool. Nope, not gonna make it with that.
Alright, so that's 2d6 damage.
Okay.
And that is 9 points of fire damage.
Cool.
And then I'm going to rush it into him and do another multi-attack.
Right, nice. Cool. So essentially you just look at your best friend in the world. God, he's handsome. Man, what a nice guy. I'm going to
Defend him
fuck
from
up that guy that messed with me. And off you go. And the flame hits him.
Great
And then-
fight. We have... Oh! Can you confirm?
20, yeah.
20,
So
alright.
natural 20 and a 17.
Both hit, roll damage.
Excellent. Good. So we are looking at...
The bear rushes over and just claw attack. Catches him full on the side of the face, and as he fumbles, bite.
What will we do without your ridiculous crit rate, buddy?
Alright, so we are looking at 6 and 4 is 10, and 6 doubled is 12 is 22, plus 4 is 26 points of viciously.
Nicely done. Very nicely done.
Viciously.
Viscerally.
Well.
God, yeah, I know, you're right.
That one stung. Is that what you're doing with the turn?
That is all I can do in my turn.
Zero.
Alright, let's try this again.
Go for it.
Alright, roll to hit. No, that is a 1.
Crossbow bolt sails into the darkness.
Come on, something high. There we go. Alright, that's a 19.
That hits, roll damage. Second one sinks.
And does 3 damage. Yes, 3 damage.
Cool.
Plus 7 to hit.
Plus 7 to hit.
I've
got the fighter. The fighter bonus.
Cool.
Yeah, he's pretty tamed.
Yeah.
Arrow sinks into the shoulder of Naya. Who did that? Ah, I see. You'll die next. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Alright, Naya's up.
I might fly back actually.
Okay.
Bring it! I fly. 50 foot back.
I'm not scared. Naya looks around the room. Ah, my good friends. My liege. Rises in the air. Gains some hit points.
Stop floating.
Wait.
Stop gaining hit points.
Regenerates.
I want to be a
Hits the
vampire.
ground. What would you have me do?
Relinquish controls of your thralls to me, and leave for the underground city immediately.
Soon as the fight is over. Persuasion?
With advantage though? Or
Not on this. Not on this.
on this one?
No.
That's still an 18.
Versus a 12.
Oh.
Very well. Let's finish this match of our thralls then. And I will magic missile.
It's Naya's turn, not yours.
Oh, no?
This is Naya speaking to you.
Oh, okay,
on,
sorry.
on,
Alright.
on his turn.
Cool.
I will allow you to respond in turn because this
like-
situation needs a conversation.
Very well. Let us see how much you have learned.
Wrong.
And that's what I say.
Okay, right. So Naya will then attack you. Well, not you, but will attack. Who is one with the fireball?
That would be him.
That is.
That is
that
okay.
yeah.
You're the closest. All right. Moves close. I wonder.
Will he
I wonder.
attack his liege?
Actually, wait, hang on. Who has been charmed? That is you, isn't it? You're over here. 5, 10. Right as Naya approaches, as your good friend returns to your side, and you turn, Naya simply says, "Prepare for the bite." And you think it's a wonderful idea. In fact, you pull back your armor and allow Naya
He's a bear.
his fur. Sorry, yes. You kind of like make a nice little place there. And then we fell off, and that might have been good for you. That's a natural 17 plus 6.
Oh.
Where are my d6s? Hang on. Okay. So, as the teeth of Naya sink deep into your bear form with the fangs. Fuck, it's hard talking words. Alright, that is 9 points of piercing damage.
Alright, good.
And 12 points of necrotic damage. As your max hit points, as the teeth sink and you just feel this necrotic energy spread, your max hit points are reduced by 12.
How does that work with bear forms?
Yes, so it will take your max hit points in bear forms down to 12.
Down
12. And even
Down
if you
by
get healed, you cannot heal above that now max of your hit points.
Yeah. Okay.
That is all that's going to happen there.
Now, where is he standing?
Right here.
Is there 10 feet between him and the other guy I was attacking?
It's 5 in the middle there.
Yes, there's a square in between them?
Yeah.
Which is going to mean that the flaming sphere is now sitting in between them, which means he's ending his turn next to the flaming sphere, which means he needs to make a dex save.
Okay.
God, how long does that hang around?
Minute?
Jeez.
Alright, dex save. Alright. Dex save.
We have to roll concentration when we take damage.
That's 10.
Ah, good point.
But-
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Roll concentration. How does that work?
Constitution
10
saving
plus
throw.
half your damage taken.
Wait.
Roll a con saving throw if you have to beat a DC 10 or half the damage taken, whichever is higher.
So 10.
Okay.
Alright.
Damage
fuck's
taken.
sake.
No.
Yeah.
Natural one.
Okay, so I am
Damn
making a dex
I'm
save
helping.
for the fire. That's an at 1. He's going to burn a legendary. Give himself advantage. Shadow shift. Nat 1. Okay, 2 nat 1s in a row. He takes full damage.
He takes full damage?
Yep.
6.
Alright. 6, alright.
Good little zone control there.
Whew, he's quite happy to be in the fire, in fact. As his teeth sink in and he tastes blood once more. It's been a while. You can see the invigoration that it gives him to taste that wonderful blood pulsing within you all. And as he retracts, the blood dripping down either side, he welcomes the warmth of the fire. Strengthened by this, he lifts off the ground slightly. Just relinquishing, loving that. Okay, so after that, guard this guy. Alright, so he has you restrained, I do believe. So he's coming in for a bite. 7 plus. No, that's not going to hit with a 13.
Nope.
So instead, he's over here, multi-attack. Only one of those can be bite. Alright, he's going to multi-attack with claws. The other one. Okay, that might hit. That's 20 to hit.
Yes, that
Okay, that hits.
You do have that inspiration as well.
Okay.
Probably wouldn't help.
Your call.
It's just like once a
Oh wow! 8. That's max damage. So 11 points of slashing. As this thing just cuts across your face. He goes to bite. He misses. He gets enraged by that. He wants to taste blood as well. In fact, he can hear the pulsing of the blood from the other side of the room, and he can see the blood dripping down Naya's cheeks. And he just wants that. He goes for it. And as you bat him away, he just streaks across your face. That is him. Arkyan, you're up.
Let me just double check something
Cool.
real quick.
The sense of the room, you can feel almost death hanging in the air, the thick cloud of this necrotic energy just pulsing from these people, yes?
As resident bard, can I request some suitable vampire slaying music?
Yes, you can. I don't know why that's turned off.
I was playing the soft stuff before and I was like, oh man, I can't kill things with a guitar to this.
Yeah, exactly. I need to get some heavy battle music going in here, so let me just...
We need to play the soundtrack to Once More with Feeling.
I don't think we have copyright right for that, unfortunately. Okay, let's go stand and fight. That sounds good. Right.
Sounds suitably,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, I think we know.
copyright free.
Lie down and die.
Well, we're using the wonderful fannery.com, which Orthanc actually found lovely for us, which is royalty-free music with a D&D kind of spin on it.
Not bad.
Cool. Well, seeing as persuading him has no actual effect in combat, I will cast a magic missile at him
Go.
for 11.
Does not hit. Oh no,
So
points of
it
damage.
automatically hits.
My bad. Cool, alright.
For 11 damage.
You actually almost
So
said...
your insolence will no longer be tolerated.
Nice. And you almost watch it in slow motion as the satisfaction of that hit almost slows time for you as you just watch. Actually, you see a look of, I've failed my great master. I must show what I can do. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Okay, guard over here. If I do believe he has...
Also, when he moved away from me
Which one?
earlier on, when he moved towards Shiver,
Yes.
do I get an attack of opportunity?
You would have, but...
Moving into his range, not out of his range.
No, because I was standing next to him.
Yeah, he moved
And he
around
moved
towards you.
And you've got
Yeah.
a weapon out?
Do you have a weapon?
Should have, but we've missed it.
No,
so
you're
we
a
have to
wizard.
go
Do you have a
forward.
weapon?
Oh,
See-
you're saying? Yes, I do.
Yeah, okay.
Fair enough.
Okay, where were we? Guard. Okay, this guy here.
Gorstag.
Gorstag, I do believe.
That's
Okay.
me.
And are you restrained at this time?
No, I'm not. I broke the restraint last.
Okay, alright, so multi-attack. He's coming at you with claws. 1, 2. Oh, fuck, that was so close to a nat 20. 20 and 17.
17 doesn't hit, that's what he does.
Oh, nice. Nicely done. Alright, so a claw does streak across your face. Once again, I swear to God, max damage, 11 points of piercing damage. Slashing damage, rather. And this guy just cuts across your face. Man, that was so close to being a nat 20. Alright, that is the end of his turn. That's all he is. Oh, wait. Shit, I'm forgetting a huge part of this. Before he attacks, eyes glow. He raises. He takes a little bit of life back, in fact. I should have been doing that, but I was not, because
The
I'm
guards
stupid.
too.
The guards too. Alright, so, now we get the sense of the seriousness of the situation. Orthanc, you're up.
Cool. Dain is still being grappled, right?
Correct.
If I go to smack a vampire in the back of the head with an axe, would I be like at a chance of hitting him? Do you think?
No. I think with your prowess in battle, you can find a single target in melee range.
Okay. No, actually, I'm gonna try to rip him off him.
Okay, right. strength versus strength.
Can I be using athletics for a grapple?
Sure.
Yes. I'm gonna say, that's my tin can, you fuck! Hands off! Ooh, that's a 16?
Oh, against a 14. Essentially, this thing just actually now watching the blood drip from your face after the claw, he's just kind of close to it, like Paladin with a amount of cocaine. She's just.
Wow. Okay.
Shit, can I say that? Oh, fuck it, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought I had some.
Retracted in real life. Yeah.
Okay, it's too late. It's already out there in the cybersphere. All right. And there's just this hand on the shoulder, and just spins in, looks up at you, Orthanc, the half-orc blood, then gets pulled away that way. Yeah.
Cool.
That's an action.
Yep, and you're looking pretty roughed up.
A bit, yeah, I'm pretty roughed up.
Okay, I'll use a bonus action for a healing word saying, go on.
Brilliant.
Nice.
I'll say, you inspire me, Bard.
That's a whopping 5 copper healing.
Cool.
Don't spend it all at one place. On one vampire.
On one bite.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, unless I can move right up to Naya, in which case I'll do that.
You're getting the attack of opportunity, this guy?
I'll stay with him.
You're going to start here up. Corner of the room.
How roughed up is the vampire that I'm a melee commitment with?
He's looking pretty good.
Pretty good. All right. Can I walk? I'll walk out of melee range with him. So if we want to do the attack opportunity, then we'll just do that straight away.
I'm pretty sure he can melee attack even as multi-attack even as an opportunity.
Okay.
Oops. That might hit. That definitely hits. 21.
Yeah, 21.
And more than that. Alright.
Well, probably,
that was
probably a bad call then.
As an attack of opportunity, you can only attack once.
10.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's true.
Alright, so
Because you can make one weapon attack as an attack of opportunity.
even though he does have multi-attack.
But that's the attack action that he takes.
Sweet. Okay, so that instead is 10 points in slashing. As you move away, but yeah. Where are you going?
So I want to kind of be in a central position in the
Cool.
room. So basically, so I'm within 30 feet of all the vampires as possible.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, just. Yeah, just.
Cool. And I am going to use my Children of Any of 2 undead.
Okay.
So they all need to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Yay. We'll start with 9. What was it? Wisdom?
Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 12, but he's burning an action there. His last one. To give him.
That could have been a bit.
Oh, rolls the same. Okay, he fails his save.
He failed, yeah.
Nice.
As for this guy, fails. What's the DC?
13.
Succeeds and succeeds. These two fail.
Okay.
Naya and guy in the corner. So they turn.
So basically, the only action they can take is
running
running away, and that's for I believe a minute.
Cool. Awesome. Nice. Very nice. The guard. Well, that's his turn. This one is running away. Dain, you're up.
Brilliant. I will. Where we should go? Is Naya looking slightly roughed up?
Yeah, he's looking about the same as the other guards.
Right.
So not in dire straits, but.
I'm going to roll some religion knowledge. I did sleep through all of Paladin school. But, do I know if a magic weapon would get through the resistance of these guys? And I have an 11 on
11. Yes.
I've fought these two guys before.
Yeah. I would say yes. The resistances to slashing, piercing, bludgeoning are only from non-magic.
Okay, I will make my weapon sacred with the Fury of Thorns.
Okay. So the insight thing that you did will be your action, bonus action to make the weapon do the thing.
Do the thing. And it makes bright light in 20 feet and dim light in 20 feet.
Alright.
Radiating from my weapon.
Cool, so. A 20 feet radius or 20 feet?
Probably radius.
Okay.
I don't think it's blocky square light.
Okay, so that's now in light. Awesome. Alright. So as the light emanates from the weapon, you see this vampire here, the one that was just on you. His skin starts sizzling. As cool, yep. Sweet. Is that your turn?
That's my turn.
Kai, back up in the initiative. You're up.
Am I within 5 feet of any of the party members?
Which one are you?
The rogue, yeah.
Yes, no, but you can get within range of Gorstag.
Okay, no, I won't. I'll use Mantle of Flame. So I again, whenever I roll for fire damage, I add my charisma modifier.
Okay.
And what is it? Anything that it does a melee attack or touches me within 5 range also takes my charisma modifier.
This thing, yeah.
Yeah, and I also within 30 feet it's bright light, and 30 feet beyond that is dim light.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he's his own torch.
Yeah. Lighthouse.
He's a human torch.
Cool. So now most of very nice, very nice. Most of the so this emanation of light.
Go back from Marvel tomorrow now.
Right.
Take down the whole
Watch
cannon.
this live all you can.
Less than 8 seconds, we're good.
And this wreath of fire around you.
Yeah.
You know, he's now standing in this like storm of fire, this vortex of fire around him, while this burning bright light emanates from beyond that, as he's just kind of like, fuck yeah. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Shiver, you're up.
Okay. So as a free action, I turn and smile at Naya.
You took damage. Spell's broken.
Spell's broken. Ah, awesome, good. So, I'll multi-attack then.
Alright, roll to hit.
Okay, so we have a not very much and a 21.
21 hits, not very much. I'm going to assume does not.
So that was the claws is 2d6 plus.
And the beautiful heavy swipe with the bear claw.
So that is a 12 points of damage on Naya.
And once again, streaks across his face. You know, you're really starting to test my patience.
I growl.
Excellent, Zed. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Cool. I am going to try my luck and impart my bow with the fire flame.
Cool.
I sort of like do a little slash and cover my bow in blood, I guess.
Cool.
And fire away with my little hand crossbow.
This time, loose arrow. Ultimate fail.
Yes! That worked, alright. That's 1d6 plus 1d4. Yes, I did bring me a little caltrops out. 5 damage.
5 damage? Alright.
2 of that is fire, if that matters at all.
Yep, it does. No, it doesn't. Sorry. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, no, I figured. And, oh man, a 19 and an 18.
Right, both hit. So this time, bleed on the weapon, bursts into fire. One bolt, second bolt, before Naya knows what happens.
10 damage for that one.
How much?
10.
10.
Max. Good old max
Nicely
damage.
done. Fucking bird.
And about another 50 that way.
Don't you... And you just hear echoing through the chamber. I'll remember that.
Not if you did.
He already is.
I mean,
point,
yeah, but not if you did.
He just starts laughing. Raises off the ground.
Where's my acid damage? It's not a troll.
Wait, hang on. Why does this calculator not work?
It doesn't matter that they're like wooden states essentially, does it?
No. I can't say, but yes, no, that does not work. Cool. So Naya, he wants to come after you. That's what he wants to do, but he can't get there, and he doesn't want to take the opportunity. So I'm going to say even numbers, odd numbers, odd numbers. All right, odd numbers. That's you, Shiver. All right.
Bristle my fur and growl at him again.
All right, multi-attack.
No, that's my trick.
That monster.
All right, where is the?
Show me what you've learned. I know bear food.
17 and 26.
17 misses, 26 hits.
26. All right.
Yeah, just.
Oh, it's my own AC. It's not the bear AC.
10 points.
Alright.
Good.
He's also using that as a grapple. No, he can either do damage or grapple. He does the damage, right?
Alright.
So, 6, 4, 10. Cool. Claws across you. He's not going to do anything else. Guard. This one here, in the light, you see Dain as he, like this, he just starts laughing. Fuck! Unable to regenerate. Was he one of the ones that was turned? No, it was only these two, right?
Yeah, Knife is no longer doing because he took damage, so it's just the
This
that
guy.
one.
Cool. So this
And
guy.
the other one, right? That white one's still running.
No, that guy failed. Oh, this one. Yeah.
Oh,
But from a different spell. Yeah. Cool. So this guy is going to multi-attack, and he's going to multi-attack Dain, I think, because you just were the last one to to attack him. So 2 claw attacks.
Good old vampire.
That is 18
Hits.
and more than 18. Okay.
Yeah, I'll use
More than
it
18
for
doesn't
the
hit.
18 maybe. Yeah,
Okay.
I haven't seen anything. So yeah, I rolled a 6, so I effectively have 22 AC for that 18.
Okay. Metagame though, I'm watching you.
Unless you say what you roll, there's no other way for me to remind you.
Right. Okay, alright. Shit, so I have no idea what I rolled now.
You rolled an 18 and more than 18.
18, yeah, more
Yeah,
than
so
18.
more than 18 hit. Yeah, 18 didn't.
Okay, cool. So more than 18 does 9 points. Slashing damage. As the other one, you kind of watch this guy, you're kind of getting a sense for his movements now. As he swings at you with one and swings at you with the other, you manage to time it and get out of the way for one of those attacks. Arkyan, you are up.
Right, the one that isn't running away.
This one.
Yeah. Cast friends on him,
Yep.
and I say,
Hello!
you should run away like your other friends.
Okay, what's my save?
I basically get to roll, it's like a normal conversation, so I get to roll a persuasion check with the button.
Okay.
Oh, that's only 15.
Haha! Net one.
Right. So he starts running away?
Yep. Well, only on his turn, but yep.
Yep, sweet. And
Cool.
then I'll burn 2 sorcery points.
Nice.
Quicken another magic missile at 9.
Okay.
That is 9.
Does not hit. Oh, points of damage.
Oh no, it's
So
not
9 points of
damage.
damage, yeah.
I always forget that. I
Magic
don't know
missile.
why
That's
you
alright.
think I would be able to remember something.
Unless
as
he's got shield.
He does
Which
not.
he doesn't because it's divine.
So, essentially,
It seems your allies are quickly deserting you.
I'm going to take great pleasure in this! As this guy will run on his turn. However, it's not his... Oh, that's his turn. Excellent. Fantastic. Alright. Attacks of opportunity from Dain and Orthanc.
Yeah!
If you do deal damage, he does not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll do Orthanc first.
Well,
'cause
who's
But he's not charmed or anything like that.
I like slapping vampires though.
No, but he's turn, isn't he? Oh, no, he's
There's not turn, he's friended.
Right.
Yeah, if he's turned, he dashes away.
Yeah,
But wouldn't
so he
the
doesn't get
damage
take
in
on
the
two.
spell?
It's not, no,
Not
it's
for
not.
friends.
He just thinks I'm a good friend of his.
Okay.
I totally missed. I got less than 10.
Is he dashing? Because then he wouldn't take opportunity.
Dashing, yes. Disengage, no.
He does not
Sorry,
have.
yeah. Well-
He does not have that ability.
No, disengage is just an action that you can take instead of your base action.
If it's
Which
not
you would do
as
it.
an action
Yeah.
for him on his monster sheet, then it's not an action he can take.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Alright.
Like only rogues can do that, and they have to have it part of
No,
the
no,
class.
no,
I mean,
No,
other
they
people
can do it
do
as a
it.
bonus
Yeah.
action.
It
So
needs-
anyone can do
So
it as an
monsters
action.
have set actions they can take
Yeah.
on Monster Manual.
Yeah.
Alright.
He can.
Disengage is on there.
Correct.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Cool. So,
So I rolled a nat 20,
alright, roll damage.
so I didn't manage to talk my way out of it.
Okay.
This guy is.
This one here, yep. So far, I've taken no damage.
Alright. So I have a big ass maul, if I recall.
Yeah, I do think you do.
And I will deal. I get to reroll that to my great weapon fighting.
Mhm.
Brilliant. That is 13 magical damage because of the enchantment,
Cool.
and also 1 fire damage.
14 all up.
Nice.
So, is this guy, like, just hears your words and kind of just goes, yes, friend. Starts going. Dain sees that opportunity, and out comes the maul, bursting with a light. It catches him in the back. And, ow, that hurt. That's all he's going to do. That was your turn, right? That just happened? Yes.
Oh, I forgot to double it, sorry.
And then guard. Oh, you forgot to double it.
Yeah,
So 20.
Well, he doesn't double
I have
straight.
full strength, so yeah, math.
Okay, I know it's the hit points he was on, so just give me the damage again.
I'm on 10.
Yeah, it was about.
It was 14 you did, right?
So how much
Yeah.
damage did you do?
Straight, so.
So one of that was fire, so the other
Yeah,
was
that's
13,
right.
so
Well,
26. Plus 1, so 27.
That's right.
Plus,
Right.
I gave you the bracelet as well, remember?
Oh yeah, so I had 1 on the end.
Yeah.
Alright.
Too many numbers.
28.
The sound of metal on flesh as this guy, as he's kind of walking, you see him jut in this horrible way where his hips just go from being there like this and just. Ow! Jesus! What was that, you fucker?
You're doing great, buddy. Keep walking.
Cool.
Just didn't take Bella's name in vain.
Orthanc, you're up.
That'll be really bad.
Just gonna run up to him and give him a smack with the axe over the head.
He's a
Go.
religious
Okay.
guy.
That same guy who Dain just hit.
Yeah, I assume.
I'm not gonna Great Weapon Master because that's silly. It's an 8.
It's not hit.
So I guess I move up and then with my bonus action I will give a little healing word to Shiver.
Okay.
Oh, awesome.
So that's just 6.
Cool. Okay. Gorstag, you're up. In the middle here.
Dain, how are you looking health-wise?
I'm looking like, bleeding more than usual.
More than usual? Alright,
Is it divine blood or not?
Yeah.
all of
divine
it,
blood,
all of
right?
it's divine blood.
Yeah.
Really, I look more radiant every drop of blood I spend.
And then I start giving off more light.
Yeah.
okay, so with my main action, I'm going to use my Channel Divinity, which I can basically heal 5 times my Cleric level,
Okay.
only to up to half health, and I'm going to have half of that to me, so 10 points to me and then 10 points to Dain.
Very nice.
So you can have up to 10, assuming that doesn't put you over half health.
Sure.
Cool.
Thank you.
Gorstag, essentially, you just kind of raise your hands like this, and the top of Froman's castle is a little bit of light. There's a little bit of window there, and this huge emanation of pale light just blasts down. It only lasts for a split second, but you just feel yourself stronger.
And with my bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Word. Who has taken some hits?
Yeah.
I'm on.
Can you touch me?
Everyone go.
Yeah. So I guess I'll look around. I guess I'll look around, and whoever looks like the bloodiest to me, and I'll
Sure.
ask Healing Word on that. So if you think that's you, feel free to stick your hand up. And you will be getting
Can you reach me?
7 points of healing.
What's the
Right.
range on
Oh,
that?
that's a good point actually.
I
Yeah,
am
you would not
quite
be able to
far
get.
away.
You would not be able to get to him.
Yeah.
You could get to Arkyan.
60 feet.
No, I'm 50 in the air.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cool. In that case, I'll go Arkyan. So that's it.
Arkyan, which one were you?
I'm not 50 in the
now
air. I'm like
11.
20 in the air.
It's the lady with the flame.
I'm 50
Cool.
like.
All right. So is that's touch, right?
No, Healing Word. So
Yeah.
Is that your turn?
that is my turn.
Cool. This guy here, I do believe he was running away.
Yep. So
Yeah, into the corner. Dain, you're up.
Brilliant. So, how far away is the guy that I hit?
5, 10, 15, 20 feet.
I will rock over there menacingly slowly and
Cool.
bring them all down on him if I can.
Cool. Roll to hit.
There's only a 24.
Unfortunately, that does not hit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Better.
Roll damage as the maul comes swinging down once more.
That is a great weapon fighting. 12 magical damage.
Okay. Really? Stop hitting me! Is that all you're doing?
Yes.
Top of the initiative. Kai, you're up.
I'm gonna expend another spell slot to cast Scorching Rays.
Cool.
Yeah, and I'm gonna. Oh, he's behind cover, the guy that was just attacked, wasn't he?
No, I'd say you can hit him because he's only got the wolf in front of him.
Okay.
That's insulting, but yes.
I mean,
okay.
no, this offense to dwarves, you guys. Yeah.
Well, I'll land all 3 bolts on him then.
This guy?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Hopefully, at least. 17, 20, and 11.
Nat
11.
20.
And plus, nat 20 plus 5 to each.
Okay, oh, so 11 and
16
16. All 3 hit. Roll some fucking damage, motherfucker.
Right.
What is that, 10?
So one is a nat 20, which means you double the dice and add the modifier to that attack,
Okay.
and then add the rest of the attack.
I'll roll the first one. And that's 6, so 12 plus charisma, which is 3, so 15.
Yep.
And then.
You don't add your charisma to Scorching Ray?
Oh, no, but a mantle of flame.
Yeah.
Means you
It's
do.
got a good
Oh,
effect.
nice.
Yeah. And then is that for each hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you did
3 separate attacks.
So all 3 hit, but only one of the dice gets modified and doubled.
Yeah. I just meant adding charisma modifier.
Yeah, that.
And then and then 11.
Yep.
You give it eyelids.
And then what's that? That's 15.
So how much altogether? Because my calculator's
Was
not
it 11, 15, and
Great, comically big one.
Did you double one of them?
yeah. Oh wait, didn't get to double that one.
Okay.
Double this one.
Okay.
So that's 24 plus 3 is 27.
Yep.
And then 11.
It's 38.
Yeah. And then
Did the chat do our math for us?
6
Just
plus 3. So
fire damage. You know.
Like
37 plus another 9.
yeah,
Just fire with
So 37 plus 9, what? That's 46?
that's 36. 46. Yeah.
Cool.
Holy shit.
Nicely done. So essentially,
Jesus Christ.
this human figure that you guys have not seen before just kind of watches as you two kind of flank this vampire creature, and he just kind of points right at him and just. There's this emanation of light that's just so. It's the bolt's like this big, right?
Yeah.
But it's so concentrated with arcane, and it just swoops across the room, and it hits this guy right in the back, and you just see it sink into his flesh. It's gone. And he kind of goes, and then just erupts, and as it does, bone and flesh and the head just comes off the shoulders, and this emanation of like a firework of gore as these little body parts just dead and gone.
Nicely done.
Very nicely done. My friend.
You had a wife and dead kids.
I will double check that later, but that could be the most damage anyone's ever done in a single attack in either of my games. Fantastic.
That was 3 attacks. But
Wow.
Well, yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to do once you've just blown this guy into smithereens?
Bow.
Light a cigarette, yeah, whatever.
We'll just just look over everyone. Just, well, where's the rest of the damage?
Shiver. You are
Alright. Where am I now?
Right
I'm
here,
right
mate.
next to... Oh,
melee
right,
range
okay.
with Naya.
Melee range with knife. Right. Naya.
Yeah, completely different bit.
Completely different. Totally coincidental. So, multi-attack for starters, we're looking at... Fuck's sake.
Nope.
Natural 20
Oh,
and a 1.
okay. Well,
So-
that's pretty much the best and worst you could do with those rolls. So,
Exactly.
what was the
So,
nat 20? Was it
Natural 20 was on the green, which is the bite.
Correct.
So, where are we going? So that's the bite is D8 is 4 plus is 8, so 12 damage.
Alright. Really think I'd be used to this by now, but it still hurts.
How bloody is he?
He's looking alright, but he's not near death, but he's certainly not at full.
Right.
Full capacity.
As my bonus action, then I want to stare him in the face, roar it like
Yeah.
much as I can, and try to intimidate.
Okay.
Come on! I get a 2.
Nope. He's not even phased by this beast snarling at him. In fact, you notice his eyes are not on you, they're just on the blood that's trickling from your neck as he kind of watches it and transfixed and mesmerized Zed.
Yep. Flat. I am about 20 away from whatever his name is, Nordstrom.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Naya.
So you're like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, like 50 feet.
I'm 50 feet away. I moved
Yeah.
50 feet towards
Exactly.
him. Yeah.
Go.
It'd be 50 foot up as well.
No, I'm about like 10 feet up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Roll some. Yeah, I imagine you're crossbow bolting him.
Yep. Yeah. Oh,
Lock.
No.
Loose.
Do like ray of fire.
Cool.
Can. I can't scorch a grey. No. I've only got 1 spell slot. Love warlocks. All right. That would be a 14 to hit.
Does not hit.
Does not hit. And a 17 to hit.
17 does. Roll some damage.
Alright. So
Crossbow bolt
another
sailing.
fire bolt at him.
Yeah.
5 damage.
5 damage.
One of that is fire, but it doesn't really matter.
Correct. Ow. He looks up. That your turn?
Yep. Shit, I'm in range.
Yeah. He lifts himself up and regains some hit points. Okay.
He can't melee me though. Ha!
Can he
He
regain
can't.
hit points
That's
again?
sorry.
Can he regain hit points again?
Yep.
Because he couldn't last turn.
No.
No, that was
a
the
one
other
hit.
guards.
Because they'd been in the beam of light.
Yeah.
Cool. So,
Yeah, you do radiant damage to him.
questions. Shiver. Prepare for some multi-attack. 2 claws.
I've got 1 radiant damage.
Ooh, that's going to hit with both. A 19 and a 15 plus
Yes.
6. Right.
Yep.
Okay, so we've got... $15 points of slashing damage. As these claws come at you at great speed, that's all he's doing. Guard over here is dead. Why isn't he still in the initiative order? You're dead. Arkyan, you're up.
Right. Are there any guards? Is
There
there
are
anyone
2
besides
left in that boat.
Naya that is not running away?
No.
Magic Missile on Naya again.
Right.
Okay, so 7, 8, 11 again.
Go.
And as my words, I will say, stop attacking the ones that are running away and kill the one that's controlling them.
Cool. Sweet. That is your turn. Guard runs away. Orthanc, you're up.
Oh, how far am I from Naya?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35.
Can I do a cheeky shatter spell? No, that's an AoE, so can I do that? It's a 10-foot radius without hitting someone friendly?
Nope, does not look like you can do that. Because there's two guys right here, and you're on this side.
What's the range of shatter?
It's got quite a big range, just because I can't walk over to him and hit him.
So 5. What's your speed?
30?
So you
the
can
range
get-
on the spell is 60 feet.
So you can get to there, and then cast it like...
No, it's not a cube, it's a 60-foot. So at 60-foot range, you can cast a 10-foot sphere.
Okay,
Yeah.
10-foot sphere. Alright, yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Cool.
Would you like to move your full movement towards them? Or would you like to hang back a little bit?
I will cast that and then move all the way up to him.
Okay, so that's as far as you can get.
Cool. So he needs to make a con saving throw
Okay.
against a tidy little DC of 12.
Oh, 8. Oh, makes it with 12, just.
Okay. He takes half damage then. 3d8 thunder.
Nice.
Shit.
Which is not amazing, but it'll do. That's 9, 12, half to 6 half damage.
I mean, that's my damage.
Every bit counts.
Cracks down upon him.
All that's up.
That's Gorstag.
Cool. I'm going to summon my spiritual weapon.
Alright.
Oh, nice.
What does it look like? What?
A mace.
Right, this glowing mace appears right behind Naya, who does not see it. As this glowing thing appears behind him as he's kind of surveying the scene.
Only a 14. That was
Not hit. No. Cool, that's you.
Yes, I'm actually going to kind of move maybe 5 or 10 feet closer to him.
Yep. Cool. Okay, guard runs away. Dain, you're up.
I would like to move toward Naya.
Okay.
I'm only 25. Is that enough?
Nope. I can't tell. I'm.
The hanging lights are
Glorious Sorcerer lands my thunderous blow next.
Yeah. it was the
Maybe
thunder.
the battle's just so intense that
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past that.
Anyway, I need to pee, so let's continue.
Yeah. Is there another vampire in range that's not turned? Because I'd like to turn. Wait, no.
No, these guys are both running.
The hanging lights behind you aren't moving, Tim.
I'll chuck
The
a.
hanging lights aren't moving.
No, they're javelin at him.
Cool.
There's like one.
Yeah,
it
no.
is probably. Is there. Wait,
Nothing reported.
Because they're hanging down and
is
not
it
carrying up.
15 a hit?
No,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Sails past him. That's his. Your turn.
That's my turn.
Kai, back of the initiative order. You're up.
Yep. The other two are still charmed, aren't they? Or turned?
Running. Yep. So
Yep.
they've got like another 4 rounds before they break that.
Alright. And what? Who's in between me and Naya?
That's you, though, right?
Yeah.
No, yeah. So you got Gorstag here.
Yeah.
You got Shiver and Bearform there.
Okay. And so essentially, I can't cast through them, can I?
You might be able to cast over top of the bear.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually in. How many people?
Left, so these guys
How many people are in between me and in a 15-foot cone in front of me? Like if I were to move up
Yeah.
and fire in a 15-foot cone, how many people would it hit?
3
Okay.
at the best.
With Naya included.
Yep.
All right. Well, then I'll do that. I'll move closer
Okay.
and I'll cast. I'll expend a spell slot to
Yep.
cast Burning Hands, and
Okay.
I'll use my sorcery point. I'll use the sorcery point to
Empower.
No, to careful spell. So it's a saving throw. It's a dex saving throw, but the people who get caught in it automatically are successful. Oh wait, does that? I mean,
You can choose who it is.
yeah. That means that means everyone would take damage regardless, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but we'd only take half damage instead of full damage.
Oh well then.
Tough choice, no metagame.
Wait, we'll look that up.
Because
I think it might mean you automatically succeed and don't take damage.
You look
But
at
yeah.
I'm gonna pee.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
Does
right.
you want to
Sorry,
take
everyone.
breaks then?
That might be
Spell,
the wizard
right?
one.
Okay.
Careful spell.
Yeah, careful spell.
Cast a spell that forces other creatures to make something. Protect some of those creatures from supposed to spend once. Choose a number of creatures up to your charisma modifier. Chosen creature automatically succeeds on its saving throw.
Yeah.
So if you succeed,
we would all take half damage.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Okay.
And seeing as we already got Firebolt, we're already all pretty low health HP.
Yeah, okay, never mind.
You could
Good way to start a fight.
Now that Ollie's gone, we can mid-game. So you could like move to the side and maybe...
You'll sure get like
Yeah.
melee range. Just saying.
Huh?
You all got melee weapons, right? Do you have one out?
Yeah, he's a
Or you
sorcerer.
just-
So.
Yeah.
Why would he use them if he can spell cast?
Yeah.
Attacks of opportunity.
This is where Oliver says, I hear metagame.
You've got to read it. You're doing good damage.
Yeah.
God, that's what it was.
Again,
Level
yeah.
2 spell
What
slot.
are they doing?
Right. How many of them have you got?
3.
Left.
1.
Get a mating.
Okay, I'm back.
Well,
I'm
better to
back.
have those spells used up.
Okay, well then.
You don't want to get to the end of the game.
Yeah.
dead and thinking,
You know what you
I
should do? You
still
should
have
Scorching Ray and crit him 3 times,
Yeah.
and then send him to Mars.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what?
Yeah, alright. We haven't met a game, but we come up with a plan.
Sounds totally logical.
Well then, if I cast Scorching Ray, we'll probably hit Naya, right?
Yeah.
Without having to hit anyone else?
I might get these
Single
guys.
target.
Does Mars exist in this
Yeah, I can
Yes.
say you could do that. Yeah.
Okay. And, if I
In
use...
fact, are you still emanating light?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
30 feet.
That's a pin.
Yeah.
30 feet, so 15.
30 bright and 30 dim.
Would you like to move so he's within your light?
Yeah. Okay. But I'm not within 5 feet of the other party members.
You can't. It's one or the other.
Alright, well I'll back off.
Okay.
And then I'll cast, I'll burn my spell slot to cast, Scorching Ray again.
Cool. Roll.
And, if I use Twin Spell,
Yeah.
right, I can use the sorcery point.
You're specifically not allowed to use that on Scorching
It's,
Ray.
okay, because it's a one per, yeah.
It has to be a spell that can only target one person.
A single target spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
So then I'll cast Scorching Ray.
Is it a save or this is just your?
Well,
Yeah,
none of them
yeah,
are
yeah.
hits.
Okay.
It's plus 5, so
D6 at level
What
1.
we got? 13.
9, 13, and 14.
None of them hit. Poof, they scale across here.
Yeah.
Shiver, you actually feel like the fur on your back prick up as this thing scales across you. Shiver, you're up.
And then plus for everywhere.
So that will be multi-attack on Naya,
D6.
which is
Plus
18. 21 and a 19.
Both hit, roll damage.
Excellent. So we are therefore looking at 5, 6 plus 8 is, who does maths? 6 and 8 is 14 damage.
14. At this point, he. Question for the philosophers. Can I die again? That's your turn.
That's great. Yeah, that's all I can
Zed.
Answer, yes.
Nice. So this bird-like figure, yes, from up and whoosh.
19 to hit.
That hits.
Nice.
This time another firebolt.
Flaming bow, 15 buck. 55 damage.
5. Yeah.
And that would be a crit.
All right. Roll some damage.
Both dice.
Yeah.
16.
Cool. So, question for the philosophers. Can I die again? Yes. As he turns, he's now facing you full
With
on.
range damage, you add your dex modifier to the damage.
Oh, well, there we go. Been doing 3 extra damage each turn, it doesn't matter.
Okay. As the first arrow hits, as he's focusing on Shiver, he turns and
Yeah.
And then you add the dex to the attack damage.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
I haven't played fighters in a while.
But that's what I'm saying.
He turns, and he's now facing you head on, his eyes glowing red with anger, his teeth still dripping with the blood of Shiver, as he takes a step forward. The second arrow. He hovers for a sec. Blood.
I pull it out.
Dead.
I pull it out and stab it through his heart. As soon as that hits, I pull the arrow out and stab it through his heart.
Cool.
Yeah, nice.
Wooden arrow through the heart.
Cool.
Nice.
Wooden
It's
stake.
got a metal tip.
Yeah, but I
Doesn't matter,
stab
you're
it
still getting
far
blood
enough so
further.
that the wood pierces the heart itself.
Death. Body. Dead.
Doesn't it dissipate into mist or anything like that?
I was just getting to it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the stake to the heart only works when it's in its resting place. As you dig down, the body just turns to this white shadow. The white shadow turns to mist, and the mist rises. And you just hear this cackle. Round 1 to you. And the mist drifts through one of the walls. Vanishes. We're out of combat, and we're going to take a quick 10-minute break. So you guys can all refresh your drinks.
As he dissipates into mist, I go,
What's the one line have you got? Come on.
No. I go, Salandria still requires your return. Because I'm still in my alter self.
Yeah.
Cool. That would be deception. Let's have a look.
Can he perceive me when he's in mist form?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, he's always consciousness.
Oh, that's 23.
I wasn't with advantage.
What do you want me to do then? Should I pick the lower one?
You can roll again or pick the lower one up to you.
21 if it's lower.
Oh, 19 plus.
Oh, and should we find out what happens after the break?
Yeah, we will find out what happens after the break.
If we remember.
If we remember. So, you just witnessed the Black Winter Knights take on Asandra Malkind, or Ninth Ashback, the Dwarven King Prince. So, in 10 minutes we will return with more D&D once we're out of combat, while the party meets the bird that delivered the killing blow, and the human that did the most damage, I'm pretty sure, of either game ever. So, go and get more chips and popcorn and drinks, because we promote a healthy lifestyle here on D20 Multiverse, and, well, oranges or kale, I don't know. And we'll be right back in 10 minutes. Sorry, go on break, It's all good.
So let's go and break. Let's talk for about 20 minutes.
Why not? Give me some reason to go.
Dave wants to stand.
we're back. Hello and welcome back. We know what's going on. To Black Winter Nights here on the D20 Multiverse. With myself, Oliver Dungeon Master, and my lovely players, the Black Winter Nights. When last we left the party, they had just slain Sandra Mulkind, or Naya Ashback, in the castle of Thromin himself. The Kinku, flying with the crossbow. The Blood Hunter, in fact, Matt Mercer, you're a genius, had managed to fire the killing shot right through the third eye of Naya, who has now hit the ground, mist form. And the last words were, "Round one goes to you," as the mist travels through the room. The other two guards are still running at full speed against walls, just trying to get out like an NPC in a poorly coded game. The sound around you is one of strange silence as Thromin's keep, his throne room splattered with the bloods of vampires. The two who had aided you in battle from the adventurer's call I had put out now kind of step forward and introduce themselves, I'm sure.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure.
We can roll.
As they stand in front of us and awkwardly
Hey, you go.
That one, that's for you.
Like a middle school dance with people.
Just putting out that you can also role play, you know.
Yeah.
Yes. I've heard much about you, Black Winter Nights. You're a very... what's the word? You're a very doing sort of band of misfits and I wouldn't say monsters, but quite close.
Give me a couple of levels.
Are you still in beer form?
I'll just ruffle his feathers a bit looking for horns.
Nice. The party is slightly distrustful.
Quickly, quick!
Getting a bad impression.
Got blood in his mouth!
I'm gonna like cut off the blood flow and
Sure.
heal it up.
Sure.
And after seeing the pat on the head, I'll slowly put down the wreath of flames.
The file of the vortex.
You want that too,
Come here.
I'm with you. I'm now 10 feet in the air, out of touch range.
Right.
And I'll just step forward and say, brilliant fighting. And that's it.
Aye.
As at this point that you hear boom, 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 boom on the doors to the key.
I think you should get that.
Loot the bodies.
I was going to see if anyone is still alive on the ground because I'm not a terror.
Yeah, we say a couple of prayers.
There are a couple of corpses, yeah.
Any alive or like that look
So,
like they're
when the
dying?
clerics had raised the ones they could, they all bolted out the door.
Right, okay.
Freaking
Some
adventurers, they're not
unconscious.
adventurers.
No.
So I loot all of them.
Roll investigation.
So like they are like the other adventuring bands of Elisia.
Yeah. You opportunic bastard, roll investigation.
See how many have trapped pockets, eh?
I'd go open the doors.
Fair enough.
Fate would be
actually.
proud.
I'm gonna clean up for my bow.
Yeah.
Weapons, bolts.
That was 5
Cool.
bolts.
That was a fun.
What is it? Investigation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, are you retrieving bolts?
Yeah, retrieving
So
bolts.
that's
It's just
D6 for each bolt, and 5 and 6 you succeed, and the rest you do not.
and 2 more.
You'd better make that look like you're trying to do medicine when you're actually looting them, because I'm about to open the doors.
And as you
Yeah.
do,
Pile of ash.
Oh wait,
he's
well,
dead.
well,
12 or so guards of Thromin kind of peer in. We heard noises. What the hell?
On time as always.
Yeah. Naya massacred these adventurers.
Oh. And he turns to his friend and says, I told you when they were running we should have gone in. And the other guy goes, well, I didn't know. I thought maybe they had like a call or something. I didn't. You're an idiot. Of course there was danger in there. Well, they looked really like they were just going to find like some food or something. What do you need? What happened? Where's Naya?
Where's Argon?
Aaron! And step forward. Men! They all stand to attention. You have been deceived. The one claiming to be... Sorry?
I hand him his letter.
No, the spell's faded on him.
Oh,
It's
okay.
broken.
Does he remember writing the letter?
As men! They all stand to attention. You hand him his letter. He kind of opens it.
Dear Argon, I love you lots.
And immediately he takes it and he just shrumples it up into a ball, just in anger. And just throws it. It's like, the one calling himself Naya was nothing more than an illusionist. You, the guards of Blackwinter Castle, should have seen through this, as it is your stead to protect these people, and you've all failed spectacularly. If it was not for these people, and he points towards you guys, you would probably all be dead.
I turn back into a gnome and say, shut the fuck up! These people were under spell just as much as you were. You are just as much to blame. That's a vampire that we're talking about. We need to seek it down and make it dead. Blame is not going to get anything done.
And this hushed silence falls upon the guards. It's unbroken for quite some time as they all stand solemn as Arkyan tries to reel from that comment, and one of the guards kind of sits forward, puts up a hand. Sorry, if I may. I do believe that if a vampire, from my reading of course, it has 2 hours to return to its place of resting. If it does, you may have to fight him once more. If he fails, he's gone. And Arkyan kind of motions to that guy to step back in line. But he's still too stunned to say anything.
Well, Argon, do you have any idea where this Naya's place of resting could be?
I think so.
Sorry to interrupt. Could you have some of your guards deal with those 2 vampires that are currently...
He peers into the room. Well, that's still against the wall. Of course. Warrior, of course.
Perhaps,
and I'd like to deal
perhaps
out...
capturing one would be quite useful to everybody.
And all the guards start kind of nudging each other like, you do it, fuck, I'm not going to you fucking do it. 500 XP each.
Oh, excellent.
That tips us
Ding,
over.
ding, ding.
So, as the...
Level up.
the sound of the echoing battle still fresh in your minds, Shiver, your necrotic damaged still intact on the side of your neck. The rest of you just kind of feel wiser, stronger, faster. You have been changed by this series of events. You have been inspired by the fact that you've managed to slay this creature. However, Arkyan, one of the guards, speaks to you. I believe the resting place most logical would be the place where Naya himself was buried those years ago. And Arkyan kind of nods. One of the guards that had known the truth. And he steps forward. Next to Thrum in the crypts of Blackwinter was the resting place of our prince. And some of the guards who did not know this information kind of look at him. I think we should go there. Yes.
Were there any boxes about this big, this wide that were shipped in recently by
Yes.
Naya?
1 or 2.
Where did they go?
I believe to the crypt.
All of them?
Yes.
Alright.
Let's head.
Cool. So, the party starts storming off towards the crypts of Neverwinter, which are not too far from the main chambers of the temple. The Kinko and the human, unsure of what to do, follow along instead. The guards, however, bolt into the room and, in a kind of like moth versus a lion scenario, capture the 2 guards still doing nothing but running to the sides. You do notice that as this happens, some of the guards who are restraining them have a look on their face of, these were once our friends, they have been turned. It's a hard thing to do, but they're essentially chained and taken to Blackwinter Prison, where they will be held for a time, until you guys decide what to do with them.
Is there any remaining shattered bolts, shattered arrows, anything lying on the ground made of wood?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, I want to grab one of those, Druid craft it, and like turn it into a sharp spike.
Nice. Gnomish legs at great speed dart into the room and dart back, holding a rather grand staff spear in your hands.
Detect magic is 10 minutes. Do I still have it in effect?
No.
Okay.
Yes? No.
He
Concentrate on it.
He would. It depends if he broke concentration or not.
Yeah, you would have. Yeah, you would have had to keep that.
Well, you still know where the secret room is, though,
Yeah, I
right?
know. It's just like...
So you know where it is,
Oh.
and you know we're quite well acquainted with this castle.
Yeah. Oh. Should we go for it now?
So all we need is for you to tell us that it's there.
Yeah.
Metagaming!
Oh. Well,
Tell us what and where.
We've got 2 hours to defeat a vampire. Where's that hidden room?
Items would be very useful, seeing as the crypts
Yeah.
are literally like 20 feet that way.
well, I'll mention to the party that there was something hidden. There might be more, more of more vampires somewhere hidden behind.
Arkyan, do you know of any hidden compartments within this chamber? We need to be absolutely sure that there are no vampires remaining before we proceed.
As a whole bunch of guards turn to him to hear his answer, he looks at them and says, "Back to work!" And they go, "There was Throman's Keep. behind the throne, a couple of items, chests of gold.
How do we open this?
The lever behind the throne. You're not thinking of raiding and looting. The
Not at
personal effects of our great king, ally, and leader, Throman Ashback.
Not at all, sir. Not at all. But
Then maybe.
we still should check this room.
Maybe.
If the king knew about it, I think the vampire might have known about it.
I'll send some guards to investigate.
I'll walk over to the throne and pull the lever.
He puts his hand out and puts it in front of you as you approach the door.
Not to call in your loyalty in front of all these people, Arkyan, but you have just been released. Perhaps from a charm spell. How do we know that you are not sheltering more vampires in this room?
He stares you dead in the eye, one of which is glowing slightly, but he seems completely unfaltered and unwavered by this, and says, "Look, I know Throman trusted you a great deal, but at this time, I'm in charge. Understand?"
I know King Throman trusted you a great deal as well. How do we know that we can trust you right now?
And some men stand either side of him, kind of backing him up in this scenario. He says, "We follow the chain of command here. It is law and order that will see us through this mess. I rank higher than you."
Let's hope the person at the top of the chain of command is the person it should be for once.
Well, that raises an interesting question.
And I am talking about Naya in this instance.
Sure.
So,
Anything.
10 minutes pass as the conversation continues.
No, that's all I have to say.
I think we should go to the crypt.
I guess we should first go clean up this mess for you, as usual. And I head off towards the
And you
crypt.
hear a couple of words in ancient Elvish as you leave. The dirtiest curse words that is possible to speak in such a beautiful language.
I start to blush.
Yeah, so you guys rush towards, yes.
Are there any like burning torches, sconces on the wall on the way out that are like in the interior of the castle? That I
Not
can grab?
burning, but unlit, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll just grab a couple of those, just big handfuls.
Cool, yeah. The guards allow you to do so as you kind of enter. You now see that Argon has realised the task of Black Winter Castle remains without a leader. Naya, the false prince, and the slain king. Interesting. The party heads towards the crypts. Are you walking or running?
Flying.
Flying, alright. Roll some athletics to outrun the mist.
19.
Oh, that's not good.
16. 25.
5.
15.
10.
DC of 18. So anyone that rolled above 18, you manage to get within the mist as it travels forwards towards the crypt.
Just like, hello, vampire.
You get a sense like a tremor of terror through the air around you as you approach this thing. Some of you, at least, with slightly nimbler legs. You suddenly
go
see
that far.
this pang of panic that kind of hits this mist form as it drifts through the closed doors of the crypt.
Just inhale it and then go further away from the door and breathe it out somewhere
Yeah,
else.
dismember it.
Yeah.
You inhaled my leg.
I guess I'd just like to open up the crypt and go in as quickly as possible.
So roll some strength for the doors. Nothing too high.
That is a 20.
And dust shakes from either door as it falls down. You step into a rather dark room. The air musty. You can hear the occasional dripping of water from a stone wall towards the right side. Immediately in front of you is the keep of the prince. Wait, hang on. Yeah, the Grand Prince, the first known ruler of Blackwinter Castle. Beyond that are a couple of doors and chambers that you know lead to where some of the other royals. Argon kind of, no, not Argon, one of the other guards who had followed with you, kind of pokes his head around this way and leads you through one of these chambers. You head down a corridor. Now, crypts are not exactly the happiest place, but they are quite well adorned with beautiful statues and roll some investigation if you want to. The walls themselves are mostly stone, dark onyx stone, and no expense has been spared for a royal crypt. So you see hanging from the roof little adornments of beautiful flowers and symbols of life and fertility, and beyond that signs of reverence and remembrance for the great ones that now whose spirits are laid beneath Blackwinter Castle. As the guard who's holding one of the torches that he has lit walks, hood up, the flickering of light around him as he leads you down and down. You find, when he enters to one of the great rooms that has been built for Thrummond, a place where he will rest. And as he walks to what looked like a wall and puts it open, he just simply points. And inside you see this mist swirling around an open casket. And it begins to form slowly but surely. Very slowly, in fact. You can kind of see the mist hanging now in this empty coffin. And it gets denser and denser.
Firebolt coffin.
Nice. And it erupts. The mist dissipates. And tries to form once more. Weakened. Arcana versus Arcana.
And I'll use my luck for that.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, that's an 8 total.
Well, I'll do the same.
Cool. Arcana.
That's 10 with proficiency, so 13 actually.
Both of you start pelting fire into this thing, and each time it scatters, it returns to its form. Each time it scatters, it returns. Haven't bested it yet.
Is it a wooden coffin?
Yeah.
Can I grab? I'll grab the torch off the guard and see if I can go and set the coffin on fire.
Cool.
using, the
So I was trying to firebolt the coffin,
Yeah.
not the mist.
Oh, okay. So, with Gorstag, Zai, and Arkyan. I was close.
Yeah, close enough.
You guys essentially stand in like a triangle at 3 points of this coffin and just pelt it with fire and fire. Now the mist itself, it keeps regenerating every time you smack it, but the coffin itself begins to burn and slowly turns to ash, and as the resting place of the vampire is destroyed, you just hear, "What? No!" as the mist starts travelling, unsure of what to do.
Now I will drop my altar self
Go.
and then start laughing.
That's so rude.
You should have returned to your masters.
You. I will remember.
You will fade.
And it dissipates, destroying the resting place of where the mist had risen from. You've eliminated its presence in Black Winter Castle.
Cool.
The sound, once again muffled by the factory underground. The halfling guard, hand shaking on a torch. That's enough for me. And he turns and he starts leaving. Is there anything else you'd like to do? Yes.
I want to scoop up half the ash from the coffin and put it in a little bag and leave.
Cool.
Just half of it.
Orthanc just gathers dust, puts it away.
What about the other boxes that were brought in?
Mhm.
Are those around here?
Not in this room, but you pass them on the way. You can return to that room. Yeah.
Can I investigate the room?
Yeah.
Braeden. That is a grand total of fuck all. I believe that is a 6.
Yeah, you find not much other side of the coffins as fire.
Arkyan investigates. For an 8.
Not much. Not much.
I'd like to respect this as well.
Oh,
my god, that's a terrible roll as well.
Generally, once it's failed, you can't.
I'm gonna do the same.
Alright.
Oh, actually, so are we now 5th level?
Let me show you how to die.
I got an 18.
500 XP.
Yeah, successfully do it.
I got a 6.
Obviously, for spells. Actually, while we're
This room
here,
does not want to be searched.
at this it's kind of like a break point. Might as well roll for hit points, seeing as we're all here.
Right.
For fifth level. So, who would like to start? Now, I will admit, I am cursed, and every time I watch someone do this, they get like a 1 or a 2. So if you don't want me to watch,
Yeah,
that's
just
fine.
close your eyes.
Do we level up or do we start at minimum?
No, you guys
level
will
four?
level up.
Alright,
Yeah.
sweet.
So,
I'm gonna say I missed on one station, so I think I'm slightly behind. So 500 will put me at like 400 behind the level. So
if your character was still engaging in the fights while you were away, you sort of gotten the XP from that.
yeah, it was crushing the vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you
35.
Oh, we didn't get XP.
Okay, well, you have to do it one at a time. So I can
So wait, are we level 5 now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
19.
Right.
Just
And then we roll.
Is
that dice?
so you are a
D6 per level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how it works.
Yeah. Oh, it's a D.
Because
Right,
that's
1D.
what
I
Yeah,
add
not
to it.
100.
Yeah.
Okay, so Gorstag, would you like to start us off?
Alright, so I'm sorry, I'm rolling a D8. Holy shit,
Yes,
I am the
possible.
unluckiest motherfucking person in this game.
It's
It's a 1.
Okay, Gorstag, it's a 1. Would you like to roll?
I mean,
Thank you.
yeah. 4.
4? Okay.
Oh, that's a 1.
Okay. Man.
You're right, you are cursed.
I am. I won't look at this one.
Let's make it a fucking 2, boys. That's
I've
2.
3
Well then,
Shiver, would you like me to roll?
I got a 7 before. No, you want me to roll? Alright.
Okay.
I got an 8.
Nice.
Honesty face.
Solid 2.
Solid 2 and Dain.
Oh, I'm using Max's cursed dice.
Yep.
It's a 6.
Alright.
Wait, if I have to re-roll, you have to re-roll. Alright, re-roll
Yeah,
it.
that's true.
5.
Alright,
There you
there
go.
we go. So, I thought I'd do that now just in case in the next 20 minutes there's any more combat. So, feel free to prepare spells and stuff for the next session. Check the player's handbook, see what you get at level 5. However, you now stand around a crypt, the guard that has left. I think one of you kind of mentioned that you should probably burn those other coffins, and he goes about doing so. Eventually you leave and the doors of the crypt close. Once more those who are within it seem to be sealed, and the Black Winter Castle has regained to a state of not necessarily safety in the terms of it's still without a king or a prince or any ruler, really, but at least the threat has been eliminated.
I have a digital
At this
copy of the player's handbook, but I can't remember it.
So, standing outside the doors of the crypt, the sun now beaming down brightly upon you. It's maybe 8 in the
I
morning.
don't think I gained anything definitive.
The sounds of the new dawn are alive once more. Seemingly, as you see the birds flying and flittering overhead, you will see that nature has not stopped in the aberrations that have occurred with the Black Winter.
2 spell slots.
And is there anything else from
What would you guys like to do?
I think
I feel you're on
Everyone might need a rest at this point.
you're on a righteous quest. I feel I should join you if you're willing to have me.
You fought well. You even bled on yourself, and we admire that.
that's incredibly on brand.
I feel like you and Dain will get along great.
And you, God made of fire who can explode things at will. I'm fucking terrified. I'm very impressed.
10 out of 10.
There's many more places I can burn myself, so I might as well follow along.
I like that. I think in Thurman's memory, we drink.
We drink.
We drink.
And the party heads towards Black Winter Tavern, where, of course, you find the party still continuing. And,
Totally unaware of what's happening.
yeah, exactly.
As we come back 10 minutes later, covered in blood and
Yeah.
scorch marks and bite marks and stuff like that.
And the bar kind of turns and watches you, and hey! And when they see the state of you, the hands just kind of stop in midair. Hey! And the whole place goes quiet.
Hey! Man, that queue for the bathroom is feral.
You guys
Please say you're still careful.
assume your places around a great wooden table, and ale and mead and wine is poured for you all.
I don't know about wine.
Just ale. The party goes long into the night, as the hours turn to hours, as the song turns to slurring, as the standing turn to prone, as the wet t-shirt contests and pies and arm wrestling. I don't know what goes on in a tavern. Wet chain wrestling.
Yes.
At some point during this,
Yeah,
I want to excuse myself to relieve myself,
sure.
and then I head towards our ship.
Okay. Arkyan heads to the back wall of Black Winter Castle, under the guise of taking some time for a leak.
And I find Jinx.
Yeah,
Is she on the ship?
yeah,
Yeah,
of course. Yeah.
Let's
So-
drink.
What?
Let's drink.
Yeah, with what alcohol? What?
Oh, there's heaps of ale in the storeroom, remember?
That's kind of gone off. I think. Yes.
Oh, he's not there, don't worry.
Oh yeah.
That's
Let's
just
go.
me.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
10 experience points. That's brilliant.
I play Jinx for those that don't know.
Yeah, Dave, our producer and tech guy, and Stefan and Eyes of Elisia had played a one-shot character called Jinx, and that's a whole callback thing that some people get, which is brilliant. Cool. Yeah.
And then once we're nice and drunk,
Yeah.
I head towards the prison.
Okay. Yep. You make your way there. The guards wave you through. No such. They kind of watch
And I go find one of the vampires.
Yeah. So the two guys now chained within one of these cells that has light enchantment on it. Nothing too powerful, and just one guard kind of watching as that chained hands trying to like get at him, just to kind of scare him. As you approach, he kind of turns and goes, "Fuck man, these guys, terrifying."
You look like you need a break. I'm happy to keep watch from here.
He pulls out a small flask. Cheers, mate. And then he disappears up the stairs.
Cool.
The two vampires come right to the bars and just put their faces out.
I smile at them and I say, well, you were certainly an impressive lot, aren't you? Yeah? Not so much use inside these cells, though, are we? How about a gift for a gift?
A deal. Sounds wonderful.
I will free you for your blood. I wish to be one of you.
They turn to each other. Ah, a willing creature. Yes, marvelous, isn't it? Ah, the bite. Let me do it. No, it should be my honor. Which one of us would you like to do it? And they both flash their fangs.
I point at the left one and I say the pretty one.
The other one kind of slinks back. The other one comes right up close. And the eyes are just glowing red. The edges of the irises almost like runic symbols charged with the ancient one, the energies of the great Silencia and Fangoria. Dominion over. Let us free. And you kind of the door and one steps forward. This may hurt a little, but you'll like it, I promise. And as you kind of retract and show a vein, you just feel the warmth of their breath, accompanied by a light pressure. And the pressure turns a little bit harder, and you just feel 2 points in your skin break as these teeth sink deep into your neck. And from there, you get this sense of almost like a cold rush from your veins as the blood comes out and into them. And you just feel it being pulled. But more than that, you feel that it's an exchange. You're giving them your blood, and their power is taking that place. After a while, each one of your veins goes from being this nice warm channel of blood to being this cold, calculating channel of energy and power. And as they eventually pull back, blood just dripping down, they kind of fall almost catatonic to the floor and put their back up to the side. And as you feel this energy just seek in, you just let it take over, and you just feel this pulsing power. And you can actually hear at this distance the heartbeats of everyone within like 120 feet. And it's just this beautiful song, this beautiful drum beat, the way that connects us all, the rush of blood, and it's all around you. You just feel yourself almost immortal. You feel the regeneration. Any damage you've taken during the battle just heals as you find your teeth with a willing creature sacrificed for power.
Cool.
The rest of you remain in the tavern, drinking merrily, completely unaware of what has just transpired.
Does my disembodied heart in my breast pocket do anything?
The heart of
Arkyan
Fangoria?
heart.
Was it?
No, the one of the tortured thing with the thing like his eye.
Oh, yes. In fact, you don't... roll perception, see if you notice. But your eye starts sinking with the power of the necrotic energy.
9.
You're not aware of this. The heart itself skips a beat within your cloak.
I didn't realise you had that.
Yeah. Because you were here for that session. But yeah, the eye senses this new energy into you, and at first goes to fight it, but when it realizes you command it to release, the energy swirls from being this kind of necrotic thing, and the power magnifies as you're now full of necrotic energy. The great necromancer, the 3 great necromancer's words and a triad around your being just say, "Well done, my child. Well done. as the necrotic energy just powers you. You actually leave the ground for a second as your eye pulls, and this wonderful feeling of dead flesh and near immortality. And as you open your eyes, you just see the guard drop his flask
I feed on it.
and swoop right down before he has a second to react. And the taste of this blood, this life energy, the very force that keeps the entire world in check, now freely flowing as it drenches your throat in blood, the most satisfying experience you've ever had. And as his body hits the ground, you find the night and the day merge into one as time just kind of throws you forward, and you're erupted in a flurry of death as from that prison, as the other two vampires make their way out, you just go death to death, spreading the wonderful will of necromancy.
First, I want to spend 2 hours
Yep.
seeing if I can find Fate. in the
Okay.
city.
Cool. That would be investigation versus stealth.
That is a 12.
Unfortunately,
You're all sucking
Fate
little
does
into
not
it.
want to be found after they have sold the information to Black Winter Knights and remains unfound.
And then I will head back to the city of Raining Sun to start my vampiric empire underneath me.
Oh, you fuck.
Out of the gates of Black Winter Castle strides the powerful, changed, undead warrior Arkyan. Towards the Temple of the Raining Sun, you travel only a nightfall, but the speed at which you can travel now is very, very fun indeed.
Nice.
The rest of you, Arkyan never returns from his leap, but the party rages on as Dwarven song eventually, finally, in the late hours of the night, dies to a low hum, a low roar. I would say that constitutes a short rest. If you want to roll hit dice.
Oh yeah.
After some time, word of your great deeds this day passed on, and before long, after a few hours, the entire city is more or less aware of what has transpired. They now realize that they are without a king, without a leader. The Argon and his other men have reinstated those from the Zook Institute and the others that were exiled during Naya's rule. In fact, the guard who had whispered the first words of warning to Gorstag returns, and as Argon and his men decide that the only fair thing to do is to hold a democratic election of certain candidates who might be fit and stead to rule Blackwood. However, Gorstag, the guard that had pulled you down the alley and whispered the fact that he knew that Naya could not be his, finds you once more and pulls you to the side. Cloak now off, he whispers to you, "Your great deeds. Once again you save our fair city."
The light of Palor has seen fit to bless this place once again.
Very drunk, I
Yeah.
It's
And
the
there's-
blight of Lylor.
And there's nothing we appreciate more than a true warrior bathed in the light of a god. I have something I have to tell you.
Please.
When I fled the city, I headed north to Duskin. They say your master Grain is back.
He died months ago.
I know. The one who is currently in rule of the Temple of Palo has resigned in his stead. I'm sorry.
Well, we'll have to head there immediately. This can't stand.
I think you've earned a few hours here.
Well, thank you for the information.
More than welcome. To Throman?
It's wrong.
Finishes his drink. The rest of you, what are you guys doing? The day is winding down. Arkyan has not returned.
So is it? It's not night, is it?
It is now, yes.
Okay.
The party rages on.
Somehow my ale on my ship feels just a tiny, tiny bit safer.
I mean, Jinx is still there.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
So, as the party's events, the things that have transpired this day in Blacksteel, which you know will go down as one of the great events, as one of your parties slink away and with a new power disappears into the night as the betrayal of the Horned One, Fate, who sold your information to the one who, not a few hours later, destroyed a lot of brave adventurers summoned to the castle. However, once again, you remain victorious in the light of evil, and the city stands despite being attacked rather heavily by a dark evil presence sweeping across all castes. Some of the vampiric energies and lives that were unleashed in the Temple of the Screaming Scare those days ago still remain as a threat. However, for now, Blackwinter Castle remains safe. And that is where we'll leave tonight's game of Blackwinter Nights.
Are there any random towns on the way?
Oh, there's tons of things for you to do on the way
Cool.
there.
On the way there, just because we've always wondered what it actually is going to do.
Yeah.
We're going to fucking set off the summoning gem thing, which will class as common.
Cool.
Blue light beam in the
Yeah.
sky that draws all the demons and
Yeah! Hell yeah! As you disappear
Hell yeah.
into some of the forests nearby.
stuff. Not like an actual small town or something that I find.
Perfect. So as soon as you find a nice, safe. Okay, that was really freaking me out, Dave. That was really. I thought I was going mad there. As you find a nice, safe little town, a little farming village, in fact. It's so wholesome, like the Amish, going around tilling their field. They all kind of wave as you approach, pushing carts of feed and such. You just pull out this gem and summon it to activate, and this blue light erupts into the sky, and you just hear the shriek of 10,000 or more demonic energies across the land. Yes!
Jesus, okay.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. You just witnessed Blackwinter Nights ascend to level 5, which I'm very excited about. You guys, feel free to get in touch with me if you have any questions about leveling up. Some of you are D&D veterans and you guys know what you're doing. If you guys want to use something that's not in the core books, out of Unearthed Arcana or Arcana Unearthed, just run it by me first. We will be back next week to continue this. Arkyan, thank you for your lovely, lovely send-off. That was so badass.
I
Thank
came
you.
in evil and I left evil.
We have loved having you in Eyes of Elisia and Blackwinter
Jinx with
Nights.
you? Or is it on the boat?
It's up to you.
Yeah. Did you want to follow him off the boat?
Why are you making I like to think that like us two are just just causing chaos on the side.
Yeah.
Right.
I would love to thank our 3 new followers throughout this stream. We gained 3, which is wonderful. Void Scruger. Nice. Void, yes. Void, yes. There's something involving a void that will come up in a future episode. So yeah, well done. Knifer84. Okay. Knifing people, that's alright. Yeah, that's fine.
It doesn't say anything about people.
No, it doesn't.
We'll be knifing apples.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, he's
we don't
got
know.
84 apples.
84 apples, I hope. And Hype Stream. Hey, Wicked, thank you guys so much for joining D20 Multiverse.
Our hype stream is from Peru.
From Peru! That's amazing. Wow, that's really far away. That's awesome.
Nice.
Because we're from Wellington,
Yes,
New
it is, Ollie.
York. Good.
Geography.
Yay! Thank you guys so much for joining. We will be back same time next week with this group, minus Arkyan, who is currently causing chaos throughout your cast. I love it. And welcome very much to our 2 new players, Thomas and Zachary. You guys did wonderful. I didn't give you much of any hint of what was going to happen tonight. I just threw you straight into the combat, and you guys did some cool stuff.
So well.
You may interest you to know that the Kinku is actually playing a Blood Hunter, one of the classes that Matt Mercer from Critical Role created, version 1.8 if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So, same time next week we will be back. My other game, Eyes of Elisia, set in the same world, in fact undergoing some of the same events throughout a cast
Wow.
as in a couple of games.
So thanks for that, guys.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Gotta give him a plot.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for joining us on D20 Multiverse. We're back same time next week. Keep rolling those dice, and for myself, Oliver Dungeon Master, my lovely players, Blackwinter Nights, we bid you adieu. Love.